Hello, hello. Welcome, chat. Everyone who is awake at this early time. Well, not so early for me. It's almost 11 o'clock. And Sagi, you're probably at like 3, so you're in the
Yeah, it's
afternoon.
2:30 for me, so I'm chilling.
The day's half over for you.
Yeah. It's just so early for you guys, though.
Alright. So, today's episode is a special episode of Virtual Talk. I have literally no idea where the logo went. The logo went somewhere. Probably behind the screen when I adjusted things. But, yes,
Our
this is an
marketing.
episode of Virtual Talk. I might add the name in post.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've wanted to do this in some shape or form for a while now. Originally, actually, before I do that, why don't I let you guys introduce yourselves? Hello, my guests.
Hello.
Hi.
You want to go first?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hi everybody. I'll just do my I didn't think to ask this beforehand. I'll just do my YouTube intro. Could I do that?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello everybody. Circle on up, form the mosh pit. We're going to be checking out a lot of amazing music today. I'm super excited. You can call me Blight Boy or Roar, whatever tickles your fancy.
Nice. Do I introduce myself? I'm the worst at this.
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Sagi. Or Sagiki, however you call me. People get really confused with my name. But yeah, call me Sagi. I am a snack connoisseur VTuber. Also, I do, I guess, like song covers and original on YouTube. But yeah, I'm excited to like show off all of my favorite singer in the scene.
And I will resist eating that cake that is on your head.
I can put it away if you want, but
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's tempting, but fine.
Oh, Gucci.
Hey, I realized I'm not seeing your guys' stream. I don't see either of you. I'd like to see that if I could.
Nakami is like,
I don't know. Yeah, the easiest way is probably just to look at the channel.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
I can send a link if you need.
I don't know a good way to actually share us.
I got it. Thank you, Sagi.
No worries.
That's it. Aha.
Yes, we're cute.
Oh, you do have a lot of confections atop that head.
Yeah, I might be a bit obsessed with snacks on cakes.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I've never seen even your attire and everything. I love the little sparkles and all that.
Nice, thank you.
It'd be the hardest thing for me to not just look down and just pick off the little or those little strawberries or gummies right there.
Yeah, strawberries, yeah, you got it.
I would just eat my own dress. It's one of the poofy arm sleeves is just gone halfway through the day.
Yeah, I'm trying my best not to just devour my own outfit.
I mean, it's more dangerous when you become gingerbread soggy. So.
Oh no, don't. Yeah, I do have a model that is like just a gingerbread, and people can just like take bites out of it.
Aww.
And then I'll just be gone after a couple of channel redeem.
Oh.
Yes, people devour the soggy.
Very cute.
But yeah, I've wanted to do this for a while.
Yeah.
Originally, it was going to be I always get confused which name I should actually use when I talk to you. But Blight, basically.
Yes.
Like, when was it originally?
Blight.
2 months ago?
Uh, what what was my name originally?
Well, no. When we started talking, that was like, what, 2 months ago? I think.
Oh, well, I don't even know what it was. I did have a sort of running name, David the Aphid. It might have been David.
I don't know.
Maybe. Well,
But
my long running previous channel was Roar the Rapper, and then when I started my new channel, it took me a long time to figure out, okay, who am I? What is my name?
names are hard.
Yeah.
How did you come up with Black Boy? Like, what makes you chose that name?
So I am working on a metal project right now, and
Nice.
it's a little different than anything I'd done previously with just rapping. But I love just the gritty aesthetics that's in really extreme metal. So I just thought, what's like the craziest concept I can think of? And I thought of miasmic blight, which
Mm.
miasma is like an old term for like bad air. It's what people
Mm-hmm.
assumed like disease came from or whatever. So I thought, okay, miasmic blight. And then of course you have to get the really like scratchy looking logo, you know. Um, and then I was just trying to think, okay, what can I call myself? Because I didn't think miasma sounds like a, a nice name. So I just thought, okay, Blight Boy, something like that. I don't know. So
Cool.
I'll actually
Yeah.
send you guys the logo that I have. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take a look in a little while.
Sure.
But yeah, originally I meant to have you on like 2 months ago on Virtual Talk as our first fleshy guest.
Mm.
And we were going to talk about the then brand new Hololive members who were all musical talents.
Oh,
Uh,
gotcha.
that
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 being
was the
justice,
original
right?
plan.
Hmm.
I think that's Justice. Yeah,
Hmm.
I I follow several of them, but I almost never have time to watch any of their stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Sadly, very sadly. Uh, then I thought, since that episode seemed like it wasn't going to happen,
Hmm.
because getting the others all here was hard, that we would do
Oh.
something a little different. A while ago, Fillion did a VTubers Have Talent, basically a
Mm.
talent show for VTubers.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Actually, if you've seen that, you might have seen Cecilia before she joined Hololive.
Mm.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh. So I think I don't know if I actually watched the video, but because just long story short, sometimes Fillion is really funny, and then other times I just don't really vibe with their style.
Yeah.
Um,
I usually watch
not
Fillion in clip form, so.
Gotcha, gotcha. But yeah, I saw she did have something to that effect, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." And then I just didn't check it out. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel like a fool. I
Well,
could have learned something.
I didn't know that that was Cecilia before they became Cecilia, but
That's so cool. I love that stuff.
they are in as one of the talents.
Mm,
I won't say who, but I mean, we're going to
Mm.
show off like Maury in a little bit. So we will
nice.
probably touch upon the fact that previous lives exist for VTubers.
Sure.
So I don't have any problem mentioning that they appeared. I won't say who, but
Of
they
course.
did appear. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I thought we could do something kind of similar. Obviously, not as a talent show, because I definitely could not arrange a talent show.
Hmm.
If for no other reason, I have no prizes. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
but I thought, as a showcase for showing off VTubers who have talent, which so many of us do,
Hmm.
mine is not as easy to show off. But
Well, what is it? I'm curious now.
my talents are more along the lines of writing. So,
Ah, okay.
which is
Well, now I'm gonna wanna hear an hour-long, dramatic reading stream from you. That's gonna have to happen.
the only, well, I have done 2 streams that I class as part of uh, Cami reading time.
Mhm.
And the first one, I tried to do like interactive writing on a stream. It did
Oh, yeah?
not go very well. No
Oh,
one came.
no.
So,
Oh, no.
yeah,
So
I talked to
sad.
myself for a couple hours.
Oh, shoot.
That's kind of
Okay,
like a new
so
idea as well. I feel like not a lot of people in the normal, I guess, VTubing community like do other content as much as like, you know,
mhm,
like a lot do, gaming and stuff. So anything kind of
mhm.
outside of it is actually unique and is interesting. But I think like, yeah, people didn't, I guess they weren't aware of it and it's
It
Yeah.
probably,
definitely sounds like something you could probably do more of once you have an audience and they kind of,
Yes.
they just kind of stick with whatever you do and then let them know. I that hurts my heart though because so a while ago I think it was one of the last projects I put together under my own alias, one of my last music projects. Um I I I basically wanted to do a character reveal and then kind of sort of a PNG tuber model reveal. I dipped my toe in that universe, and it was entirely dependent on audience participation. The long and the short of it was you know how some VTubers will have like the blacked out uh
mm,
frame and then chat can type left, right, up or down and then you reveal it like moving it around like that.
Yeah.
I did that, but it was supposed to be a searchlight. So the character was obscured. I had all these layers and all this other stuff that I was doing on OBS. I had to figure it all out myself, and then I was trying to have audience participation to like reveal the model and everything, and then I would switch to a different layer where it was closer, and then move to the PNG. I had all this stuff planned that was based on audience participation, and if you hadn't guessed what happened, nobody came. So I literally just sat there like, "Oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? I can't do this. I can't do anything."
yeah, that is heartbreaking though. It's
Yeah.
so rough because like also like you put so much effort into it, right? And you are excited about it, like revealing something.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like,
gosh.
I mean, unfortunately, that's all too common for like VTuber
oh, for
debuts.
sure.
So,
Yeah. Well, and it totally makes sense looking back why some people will take what, a year or 2 just being on Twitter to build an audience and then they move to YouTube and like
yeah.
that makes way more sense. So,
Mm,
totally makes sense.
I mean, and that still doesn't always work. A lot of people on
Mm.
like Twitter aren't going to go to like, you know, YouTube or
mm,
Twitch.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, because it hasn't really changed in numbers for me in years now. But I have like
Well,
400 followers on Twitch. I mean,
uh-huh.
yeah, yeah, 500 on Twitter. Uh, and well, it's like 540, I think. But
Oh,
uh, some of those might be on Twitch, but I only have like 10 or so that are like normal, regular viewers. So,
yeah. That just makes me really sad now. Man.
I mean, it happens. That's the way it works,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Though Twitch is also a place where the more regulars you have, the more people are going to look at your stream. So
Mm-hmm.
the more
That is
people in
true.
your stream, the more people you attract, and it builds.
Definitely
So,
true.
but to get us back on track a little bit, so today is going to be looking at VTuber musical talents. And music specifically, because it's one of the easier ones to take a look at. At least I feel it's easy because there are so many talented musical artists that are VTubers. So
Mhm.
many. It's definitely not one of my talents, but I can definitely talk on it. And that's
Mhm.
why I brought both of you on. And Sagi for the second time.
Yay.
Yay! Thanks for having me again.
Never a problem. So I'm
Well,
going to
it's nice
start
to
off.
finally meet you, Soggy.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. I think Nakami was like inviting me to this, and Kami was like, "Yeah, you have like Blight joining as well, and you also like are very very knowledgeable about music and all stuff. So I'm excited. Nice to
Aw.
meet you."
Yeah. You two are two of the better musical talents that I know.
Mm.
So I figure you guys are suitable for our little dive into the most
Right.
talented musical VTubers. So
Well, I hope I
Let's go.
won't talk too long because some of the songs that I selected are definitely ones I could talk a while about. Actually, I do. I'm forgot to say this until just now, but I do have another one that I wanted to add. But we can talk about that in the moment. Also, for that one person who was mentioning this during one of the previous streams, my phone is going to be over here. I am not going to have it next to me, so don't worry. I'm going to be looking right at you the whole time.
I mean, there's always people like that.
That is true.
But we're gonna start with some Iron Mouse.
Great.
I never managed to prune it down from 4, so we're gonna do 4 of her videos.
Start from the best, yeah.
I mean, she's just so talented.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Picking is so hard. So hard. But yeah, we're gonna start with the Iron Mouse Choir, showing 16 copies of herself singing the same song.
Oh yeah, love this one.
Because
Cool.
this is just amazing. So, all right, it's time to hit play.
Perfect start.
Oh my god, it scared me.
Man, I feel so insecure on the internet. If only there was someone that could look out for me.
Well, you're in luck. NordVPN can be your guide and your lookout on the internet in my life. What am I doing? I don't think that enough what I do. Bro, you're not even talking about anything.
The effort of just putting this together as well.
Oh yeah. That alone is crazy.
Tengo la camisa negra, hoy mi amor está desnudo. No tengo en la mano una pena y es por culpa de tu embrujo. Yo sé que tú ya no me quieres,
First of all, the fact that she sings it so perfectly every time is amazing.
Yes.
So in sync.
I don't think there's any song I know at all that I would sing exactly the same every single time. Um, but then also I adore how how much personality there is in her voice. Like just all the little silly noises she does. Um, even at the beginning when they were compiling all her voices and she had that deep, what am I doing? I love it when she does that. It just uh there was a video she did where she did like a deep kind of southern sounding thing. She went on some tangent about being like a lonely farmer, and that was her character in the game she was playing, and her voice was just this goofy low southern accent, and I was dying.
Yeah. I mean, being able to harmonize with yourself 16 times over
It's
is
insane.
just nuts.
Mm.
It breaks my mind. Uh, it's not the only Iron Mouse choir clip. There's actually another where she sings "Breathe," but that is only 9 copies. So,
Oh,
I mean,
gotcha.
that's still stupidly impressive. But
Who
Mm.
so then did they just synchronize the instrumental with those voices, or did someone like recreate the instrumental?
basically, they went into the video editing app and
Uh-huh.
they tried out different clips of hers, lining them up to see
Uh-huh.
how in sync she was. And they found out
Oh.
she has like amazing like consistency. So
Mm.
they made it the Iron Mouse choir as like a regular thing. So
Man, that had to be a cool moment where you have all that together and you're like, "Okay, I wonder how this is gonna sound." And you're like, "Oh, okay.
yeah.
Less
Yeah.
work for me to do."
First time. All done.
Right?
Yeah, you clip, the end and the beginning off and
Sure.
you figure out when each one comes in and goes out.
Right.
And that's really all you need to do. She's done everything else for you.
That's so funny. I love that.
But the one who did it is apparently Iron Mouse Sings, which is one of her
Oh, yeah, yeah,
clippers.
yeah.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
uh,
That's a good, what is it? I like that channel. They do really good work.
yes. And
I
as
I
far as
I
I
don't
know, they've done all of the choir videos. So,
Nice. Nice.
in fact, I think they also are what I used for all of my clips because it's
Nice.
just so much easier. They had everything. So, but yeah, I mean, Mousy is always amazing, but her choir
Oh, yeah.
ones are just so awesome because of that consistency.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
I just don't see that in many other artists, even like
No.
professionals. So,
No. Especially professionals. You know how many professionals don't even perform their songs live, much less have it memorized like that?
yeah,
Dude.
I mean, that's why my favorites are all ones who have that stage presence. And Mousy definitely has that, but as a VTuber, everything is her stage. So,
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
uh, which is why it's always amazing to watch Mousy.
For
Uh,
sure.
let's jump to the next one though, because there's so much of her. This is actually a cover she did of Radiohead's "Creep." So
Oh, nice.
we got to get her doing some. Well, the song is heavy, but her voice is not. So let's take a listen.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Oh, she's running out the door. She's running. She runs, 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 runs. Runs. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so freaking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. I don't belong here. It's because I'm a demon. I should be in hell right now, but I'm not.
I didn't think that one
Aww.
would get me, but here we are.
There's
It's kinda
so
hard
much
not
like emotions in there, and I love like she has like a little bit of like vibrato every now and then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this was actually 2 years ago that
Mm.
this clip is from. So
Mm.
uh, it was
You
before she got like really successful, before like buying her parents' house,
Mm.
and before she like had the improved treatments she has now.
Mm.
Because medically she's been doing a lot better recently
Sure, yeah.
than she was
That's
back
good.
then. So yeah, I mean, it is when when you look at her medical condition, the fact that she was able to do that 2 years ago is just amazing, like mind-boggling. Because for anyone out there watching, either now or later, uh, Mousy has several medical conditions. One of which is the one that affects her voice, and it's why her voice tends to be so high pitched. But it's also reduced her lung capacity by about half. So
Mm.
it's better now than it was back then. But yeah, back then she was still doing like uh, well, I won't go into all the details, but as an example of her improved health, it used to be when she was back here, this would have been her singing from her bed because
Mm,
she was bedridden
mm.
and couldn't really move around. Now she's back to walking, and at least in her house, she can, get up and move around. So,
That's dope. Yeah, if you want to see something truly heartwarming, uh, sorry. First thing in the morning, I have no constitutions first thing. Watch her talk about eating Honey Nut Cheerios. Like, just the simplest thing. She finally was able to stomach normal Cheerios. And then they're like, yeah, it seems like you're doing okay with that. I guess you could try something else. And she's just like, oh my God, these are the best things ever. So good. It's just, oh, she's come so far.
yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah, fix my face over here. Oh,
One advantage of being VTubers. Unless we want to show it, we don't have to show
yeah,
our tears.
right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys got a toggle for it. I wish I had a toggle for it.
Toggle. I can cry anytime.
Mm. Oh my gosh. No, it's so I think the first time I heard her, she did the ooh, um when I look at you, da 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 da. I can't think of what that song was. But man, like I never heard her really sing before. And then knowing that like that was after she was diagnosed, if I remember right. Like
Yes.
it was only after that diagnosis that she's like, okay, now I'm gonna put in the work and be an amazing singer. Like I never hear about anyone when they get impacted by a diagnosis be like, okay, now we're gonna learn stuff. We're gonna challenge ourselves. Like
I
that's
mean,
just
she'd always been training to be an opera singer,
oh,
but
that's right. That's right.
yeah, until she couldn't go to school anymore,
Mm,
that's what she was trying to do. And then, once you're bedridden, there's really nothing else to do.
yeah.
But she spent an entire year not being able to talk. So,
Jeez. That is something.
but I do have two more clips of her. Uh,
Yes.
these clips are both her trying to sing back in her original vocal range.
Mm.
I well, the one it's the Shakira song because I had to include the Shakira song,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that falls in her normal range, and the other one is an opera piece because I had to get some opera mouse.
Ah,
But let's go do some Shakira. By the way, this is 8 months ago, so this is pretty recent.
Let's just be real. You all know the song you want me to sing. I already know. If it's not that other one, it's this one.
Lucky you were born that far away, so big fun of distance. Lucky that I love a foreign land for look fact of your existence. Maybe I would climb the Andes solely. Got the freckles on your body. Never could imagine there were only 10 million ways to love somebody. Le lo lo le lo le, le lo lo le lo le. Can't you see? I'm at your feet. Whenever, wherever, we're meant to be together. I'll be there and you'll be near, and that's the deal, my dear. You're over, you're under. You'll never have to wonder. We can always play by ear, and that's the deal, my dear.
like what?
Imagine that's her voice.
Lucky that my
Right?
lips not only mumble, but still kiss face is like a fountain. Lucky that my breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them with mountains. Lucky I have strong legs like my mother to run for cover when I need it. Le lo lo le lo le, le lo lo le lo le, at your feet. I'm at your feet. Whenever, wherever we're meant to be together, I'll be there, you'll be near, and that's the deal, my dear. You're over, you're under, you'll never have to wonder. But that's the deal, my dear. Ah! Le lo lo le lo le, le lo lo le lo le. Think out loud, say it again. Le lo lo le lo le lo le. Tell me one more time that you live lost in my eyes. Whenever to be together. Ah! Ah! Here I can't do it anymore.
Whatever, wherever we're meant to be together, I'll be there and you'll be near, and that's the deal, my dear. You're over, you're under, you got me head over heels. There's nothing left to fear if you really feel the way I feel. Woo! Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't.
It's okay. You came very close, Mousy.
That is so funny.
Aw.
I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh. Too funny.
Yep, that is our Mousy.
My-
And I have one last clip, and I'm just gonna play these back to back.
Okay.
This is an opera piece, so prepare for opera mouse.
I don't think I can. I'm not ready. I'm scared.
I'll try it. I'll try it.
Hold me. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna refuel my tears.
Anonymous gifter, thank you so much for the 25 gifted subs. Ave Maria. Gratia plena. Maria, gratia plena. my god. Sorry. Holy shit, I don't even know if that sounded good.
I
It's like
think I could. Oh, sorry, please.
no, you go, you go.
Um, I can remember when she was doing that song. That the first one I listened to from her. Um, uh, and she's like, "And love isn't everything," and she just said this whole beautiful thing, and then she goes, "Oh God." And it broke all of the immersion from the song, and I just laughed so hard. I kind of wonder sometimes if she does that on purpose to be like, okay, everybody, let's have some fun here.
I mean, part of that is her insecurities coming out. Like at the end of
Mm,
this, she's like, I have no idea what that sounded like.
that is
But
true.
that that was only 2 weeks ago. So
Jeez
uh
Louise.
Mousy, you don't need to worry. You sound great.
Well, that's always what amazes me with vocalists. Even though I sing, I wouldn't really consider myself a vocalist in the same forte as anybody else. Um, and I was around vocal performance majors when I was in choir, in college and everything. And I was amazed at how every last one of them, except for when they would get on mic and they're doing a solo or they're performing, or they're trying to get into the voice or something like that, which a couple of my um, fellow vocal students were. Um, None of them have any self assuredness, or at least the ones I've been around. They've all been like, yeah, you know. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Don't even act like you're not amazing. What is your deal? But
Yeah, all too
that
familiar.
seems that seems to be just how it goes for artists. A lot of them don't really see what's right in front of them.
Yeah.
I think there's always I guess in one's mind is always people better, you know. So
True.
it's always like a constant comparison of,
Yeah.
they are so good and I'm just,
Well,
I
and you know who boggles my mind the most about that is Maury. I I sat there trying to think about it. Like, okay, I get it. You start out, you're not sure if you're going to be very good. But if you have an EP, mind you, not even an album, an EP that ranks like number 1 on iTunes because of like pre-sales and everything, you constantly get millions of streams on every song that you make. You've collaborated with some of the biggest people in the Japanese music scene, if I'm not misremembering. I sat there like, what do you think's lacking? Like, who would you think you would have give you, the pass in order to be like, oh, okay, I'm actually good now. Now I can believe it. It blows my mind.
yeah. I mean, as the very next one we have up is Maury. So, ironically, that's a good segue. Uh,
I totally did that on purpose.
we're actually going to go backwards for Maury. We're going to start new and go back. Because her newest one is probably the least rapish one for her, but
Mm, mm.
really shows, musically where she's at right now. And then I want to get to probably her most emotional one. So,
Mm.
but she will have 3 videos because one of the other talents actually is doing a song with her. So,
Mm.
in fact, they traded songs, but I'm only gonna play the
Oh.
one. So let's jump to Maury.
Yeah, that's karma. Yeah, get down. Checkmate, I'm a superstar. Stay the same, but you rock with it. Yeah, like a 24/7, I'm a hot mess you love hate. Get less boring, oh my god. Home run, putter, but swing my shot out. Yeah, like a villainous bring home the jackpot. 유시amo 아구야 그모가 와라나이. 하늘이 붙이가면서. Just a tightrope when I stop to fool around. Chaotic is big right now. I can see it high. Don't get confused, we are not the same. I'm a ruthless dame. No way, way. Good versus evil, so won't fight rude. Let's all get back and party. Just leave it to my whoops. What? Loosen my lips, yeah. That's karma. Ta-da. Whoops. What? Loosen my lips, I'm about to say some ish. Get it? Yeah, that's karma. Ta-da. Sorry, I'm just better. Sorry, we're go-getters. In my bar where we can't stand and trick it while you're running. Bet you think you're clever. Talking about a kumbaya. Hey y'all, checking this out. 무조건 벅찼다. 여쭤보면서 안 갈래. 아이다라 하겠다. 왠지 you're not a psycho. That's right. Don't mess with it. Don't dramatic. Keep it people. Come on, you be so mad. 하고니 하도와 하이리 나한테 하지게 하지라 했을 때 잘 싹을踊り誇り激動的正体を知れてちょうだい Broken no paradise 惹かれ合う感覚が共鳴共鳴 Good versus evil but I'm with one Just get in the middle That's not any fun What? Listen my lips yeah That's karma Ta-da Listen my lips I'm about to say some ish get it Yeah that's karma Ta-da 想像から想像衝動からもほらあっという間に彼に半身変なリザイドキドキし本能talk about a kumbaya Sorry I'm just better Sorry we're go-getters In my bar where we can't stand and trick it while you're running Bet you think you're clever Talk about a kumbaya But Welcome to Misfortune's game But
So interesting.
Sorry we're go-getters
So
Stop,
interesting
stop.
how they figure out how to do instrumentals like that. Um, I've said it before. I think Japanese artists are just more talented, and I say this with fully acknowledging that everyone has the potential of being an amazing musician and make amazing instrumentals and stuff. I think Japanese artists experiment a lot more. I mean, I've never heard a accordion used in a pop rap song. I've never heard that before. And I mean, it's just it
I
amazes me
mean,
every time she.
other than like Weird Al.
Oh well, of course, yeah.
I mean, all his stuff is basically pop of some sort, but
That is true. That is true.
I mean, I think it comes down to influences. It's really in like the last 30 or 50 years that they've had like a wealth of foreign influence
hmm
to draw on, and it's a little bit different than here in the U.S., for instance, where
Right.
We've had access for a long time, and a lot of our like intercultural like musical experience is like 70 years ago now. like
Mhm.
when blues and jazz and like rock all began. And
That is true.
we just don't tend to like it's also partly like corporate music because
Right, and
they
that's
just want
kinda what I
new
was
pop
saying.
talents.
Yeah, yeah, when record companies come through and they're like, "Oh, you got the best you got the hit sound here, kid." Like, it's not actually anything new or original a lot of the time. It's like, "Hey, we're just gonna do this thing that we know people like right now, and until the culture shifts and wants something else, we're gonna keep making the same stuff."
Yeah.
And then you get guys like T-Pain on his streams yelling, "Make something else! Make something else!"
Yeah. I mean, we have seen some of the efforts to do that, but it's not really
True.
like in the US.
That
Like
is
The
definitely true.
Warning, for instance, is from Mexico. So
Mhm.
uh,
Right.
I just think the US isn't really where that's coming from anymore. We're too invested in like pop and like maybe some
Yeah,
hip hop and some rap.
right. Well, and then
And
even then, like, for the last easily 5 years, there's been a lot of infighting about if lyrical hip hop is still a thing anymore,
yeah,
because we have focused so much on just vibing and more simplistic lyrics. Not to say that there can't be valuable stuff coming out of that scene, but it has shifted dramatically from what it used to be.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of leans into the next one, actually.
Oh.
Let's jump to End of Life or End of a Life.
Oh boy. I'm not gonna make it. Just letting y'all know. Straight up.
I probably won't either.
Right through those nights, I'll never find my way back to you. Inside this labyrinth of lights, there was madness in the meaning, never laughed less. We were screaming at the top of our lungs to the numbness. This city never died. I'll fly no through those heights. I'll never find another chance to say thanks for saving my life. I was hopeless, it was stinging, running roadless. We were singing at the top of our lungs to the numbness. This city never died. What was the root of it all? I couldn't say. Used to jump in that fall, rugged and cliched. Would shrug it off without complaint, not a sound. I used to try to find friends, cause in the end nobody sticks around. It's when you shoved yourself into a crowded place that you turned around and found yourself in love in outer space. Cue the reckless nights, no strings, laughing at our own dreams. Just what the hell was so funny? Bark up the wrong tree, stumble, used to fall in great heights amidst a concrete jungle, singing cause it felt right. We mixed the ennui and troubles, rhyming our discontent. And though it's history, I can't forget the time that we spent, convinced that this could mean another end exists between real and pretend. A twisted alter fiction where I missed my chance to not ascend, and disappearing into the mist. It never happened is the me that I can never befriend. I let it go, fade in, fade out. This race we dream without a direction, floating aimlessly. There's nothing left back there for me. Breathe in, but it won't stop the rain from pouring. Right through those nights, I'll never find my way back to you. Inside this labyrinth of light, there was madness in the meaning, never laughless. We were screaming at the top of our lungs to the numbness. This city never died, but was there ever a soul inside? Chasing fireflies between the soaring high rises, left a trail behind to find a wasted time of our lives. Silent singer, overworked and underpaid, inks and opposites, a coffin until office where you're laid. Yet a thought persistent optimist who ought to be afraid. Saw them nothing wrong in writing songs behind a lowly shade. Is the world a sadder place without the words that you conveyed? When the ladder fell and shattered every bar that we had played. Does it matter in the end? The sound diminished and decayed, and your friends grew tired of fantasy. You're wishing they had stayed. You don't get to say I miss you. You watch your heroes fade into the rear view mirror of the villain you portrayed. Stop the pity party. Listen, you don't get to be dismayed. You don't get to be emotional. If you're blessed, you got it made. These the best of years of life because you chose to make a trade. Recollect the days you hoped and you prayed for this. What is there to miss? Fade in, Waking up now to my real life. Let me daydream. So the next flight, drowning so long. I got older. Now the crowd's gone. Is it over? Is it over?
Well,
What a song.
Yeah.
I think it kind of caught all of us by surprise when it first dropped. Yeah.
I think so.
At least for me, because, I mean, you know, doesn't take much to pull back the curtain and see, how Maury was beforehand. And, I know I guess there's a couple people out there that have kind of made it their job to just kind of disregard or disrespect what Maury has made, past and present, because she's, putting out her thoughts. She's expressing, what it was like to come up in the music scene, one where she was trying to figure out herself, um, and, had all her friends and all that stuff. And for me, at least, I think Mori was the second or third VTuber I found out about. Kiara Takanashi was the first one. Uh, and then, of course, before that, you get Kizuna. Um, I think to just see a song like this that's, excuse me, so like real, of like, hey, this is how it feels. You know, I have success now, but here's what the cost was. This is what I had to do every day to try and pursue what, maybe in the back of my mind I never thought I'd get. And then now that I have it, there's consequences. It's not as simple as, okay, I made it. It's like now I have friends even who turn on me, or even I myself am like, man, am I even allowed to feel sad about this? I wanted this, but it's not, maybe not exactly what I'd hoped. It's just, slap in the face.
And Maury is also one of the only, like, not just VTubers, but musical talents, period, that I know that actually has two music careers at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
her other self still releases
Mhm.
music and actually did a tour last year, I think. So
Yeah.
And then she was saying she wasn't gonna be touring as much because her other career was taken off.
yeah,
Yeah. It's just crazy. Crazy success.
I mean, it's all about those opportunities. And I mean, part of
Right.
the song is, uh, looking back, she took that opportunity and it
Yeah.
changed everything. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and the thing too is like I kind of pat myself on the back with this, even though I did delete all my old music. I basically, my old channel went up in smoke because I just kind of had a panic attack and just didn't really know how to handle a few things. So I just deleted everything. But one of the songs that I did make was with a guy called Scott S.K. Miller, who did make music with Demon Dice, way back when. That's actually how I found out about him. And he left music career himself in order to be a dad. He's got a kid and all that stuff. Um, so, to just like, I'm not saying I've had any connections with Demon Dice. I kind of wished that it could be like, oh, I've worked with this person. That's, just 8 degrees of separation here. Can I, maybe get her number or something? I don't know. But excuse me. But to just, it gave me a different understanding of, what a a an actual musician of their caliber is like, where I am going to rap to get to my next meal. I'm going to put out a song in order to make, rent, that kind of thing. Like that level of that level of hard work, I would never jump into those shoes. I would be too worried about the, how difficult it
Mm.
is to have that consistency, in that type of space. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, in a sense, that is sort of how I am right now. Because
Mm,
outside of VTubing, I don't have anything else, like
mm.
money wise. So,
Gotcha. Wow. Wow. Well, I tip my invisible hat to you. I would never be able to do that. That's why I am happy working a full-time job outside of whatever I do here. With even my last channel, I was still working full-time because I need that consistency of like I need to know I'm gonna get a check in the mail, every 2 weeks. Do people even get
Absolutely.
checks in the mail? Is that too
No.
old-fashioned? Did I just date myself?
it's okay. It's okay.
The
Yeah.
carrier pigeons will fly my money to my village.
I mean, at my last job, I still got checks because
Okay, good.
they
Whew.
didn't like do an automated system, which is like super strange. But
Oh,
yeah, I would have to go every payday, go in, get my check, and cash it in. So,
Damn.
well, I
and that
don't feel
wasn't
as
that
old
long ago. That was only 4 years ago.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, but yeah. Uh, so the next one I want to do is, and in fact, from my content, I only picked one Japanese artist,
Mm,
which is both a senpai to Mori and also someone that Mori has worked with. Though I didn't pick any of their collab songs, so we
mm.
don't have that. But outside of Mori, I think she's probably what you could consider the most successful singer from Hololive. The only other one I know of that actually has a like record deal.
Oh, gotcha.
So we have something from Sony's The First Take. In fact, I think she's still the only VTuber to ever be on The First Take. So
Mm.
just a little susui for everyone.
Oh, Susan, gotcha.
Actually, I have to pause just because I cannot even contemplate how expensive it would be to actually do this setup. Being able to pick up headphones in the real world and have those on your model, that is like
Oh,
brain baking in the expense category. I know
mm,
you can do it, but to have like motion trackers on the headphones and a custom 3D model to do this with,
it's pretty crazy.
yeah. But I just had to comment on that.
But having just a simple boom mic aside from that is probably why it's a kind of simpler setup.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the mic is actually the only real thing in the room.
Mm.
The headphones, probably even the walls, those are all, uh, virtual elements. The
Mm.
mic is the only thing that's real, which, by the way, is some symbology right there.
Oh, yeah.
But let me unpause.
Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Ha. よろしくお願いします。 いつまでも間違い探しばかり遊び飽きたら終わりよ何が出るかじゃがってるかと怯えて過ごすばかり冷め冷めと一人なくああこんな旅路を行くことが人の条理とでも言うの君をやつせどうまくいかずに今夜もまた嘆くだけどきっとこれはパレードさ足を引きずろうともこのにじむ痛みと引き換えに有り余る喜びに出会えるのこれは愉快なパレードさ私が生きた証ばらまくからお気に召したなら共に行こう道連れにしてあげるわまやかしかばかしか知らない噂の一つが二つ目をつぶってあげるでも譲れない大事な想いは歪むことなくちゃんと伝えたいの私はここだよここで生きてるんだよあなたと同じ心臓で刻む言葉に乗せて進むパレードどんな景色を見に行こうこんな私のことを信じてくれるならどこまでも行けるもう一人で泣いたりしないばそしていつの日か私とあなたの旅が終わり迎えた日には抱え集めてきた荷物をただ放り投げて笑い合おうそんな旅路を共に行こう
Very, very nice.
ありがとうございました
Oops, sorry.
So cute.
She's adorable.
You know, I think the first song, I haven't heard it. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't heard this song in a while, but just even thinking about the title makes me cry. I don't know the deal. But Pieces. Um, it I think it was good that that was the first song I ever heard from her because it made me really sit there and be like, okay, now how on earth did it take you so long to get to where you're at now? That is a shame. That is a crying shame.
Yes.
You know? It's like, man.
I mean, this is. Give me one. Sorry. This is probably the first time I heard her sing either. So,
Mm.
I had known of Susue, who usually is a bit of a like a tsundere, and before that, I knew her best for like running around butchering the others in multiplayer games.
Oh, sure.
Uh, so this was my real first experience with her as a singer, but man, does she have some ability.
Oh, absolutely.
Uh,
I still honestly have never really like looked into the tsundere side of her or the yandere side, like the deadly side of her. I honestly at one point thought it was just kind of a meme. because I was like, I never see you this way. What are people talking about?
You can find the clips.
Oh yeah, no, and well, even there's a really good animation. I can't think of who it's by, but it was Susei. Uh, I want to say Nene and someone else, but they did their intros back and forth, and Susei's uh uh voice wasn't very loud, like her mic was low, and they were just like, "Oh, you gotta talk louder," and then she just screamed it out, and it was so funny because I'd never heard her be loud before up to that point. I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. Well, I have picked a couple of other songs from her.
Okay.
Uh, this one should be Zion.
Hmm.
転ばないように生きてひた隠しにした弱さ不安も痛みも孤独も全てをいつかの糧にして指を刺されバラバレて下を向かず歩いてきた非常に笑うの不敵に密かに手のひら握りしめ踏み出し続けたい選ばれなくともたった一つたった一度導かれるような歩みの中呼吸をしたなら何が来る時まで強くなっと演じてきた日々に私のかけらが残るなら優しい人になりたかったただ正しくありたかった振りかざす正義の数だけ心があることを知らずに指をさして君が言ったそれにどんな価値があると机上の空論ばかりを追いかけ希望を信じて振り返らないから変わらずにいたい選ばれたとしてもたった一つたった一度刺されるような歩みのまま呼吸をしたなら何が来る時まで夢を見出そうと戦った体に傷跡だけでも残るなら枯れた声で泣いた諦めから逃げ出して浮かれた人が朝になる任し続けたさぶた細いとつかむような毎日もどかしい道で歩くたった一つたった一度導かれるような歩みの中呼吸をしたなら終わりが来る時まで強くもっと演じてきた日々に私のかけらが残るなら
Hmm. Really like the unique visuals in a lot of their videos like these.
Yeah, especially for her. They do a lot of like 3D graphics,
Mm-hmm.
and they must spend like stupid amounts of money to get it to look like it does. But
It's really like professional, but I mean, it's like on her level, right?
yeah,
I feel like it's worth the investment.
I mean, I didn't include it, but she has the song
Oh yeah, that one. That
Dibby
one is
Dibby
yeah.
or Dibba. I cannot pronounce that. But in it, it is like animation and real video recording, and they blend it all together, and it is quite impressive. Quite impressive.
That's cool.
But there is one last one from her, and I forget. Oop, I didn't tell you to play. YouTube is jumping the gun, but I'm not
Oh,
sure
yes.
what it is in English, and
Mm.
my ability to read Japanese is almost non-existent. The only thing I can read out of the title and the description is Spectre. So
Mm.
hopefully that's the name of it. Hopefully. But let's play that.
あの黄昏も折りたためばしま僕らの街じゃ暗がりはいつだ明かりを消して始めよう幕よ開け見上げ願いをあなたのように変わらず会っていたいきらめきのベルを手元にほうき星描いてまた咲いたそれ今だね息を立て太陽の目を盗んで大脱走さ逃げ出そうぜ朝またぎ空をまたぐしおりを挟んだら行かなくちゃそうあれ夜が明けるまでさもう少しこのままであの鐘の音は鋼さしたって言わない時間が集まるようにがさえる未来の話を寂しそうに聞いてる君に違うよ世界に魔法がなくたって夢は続いていくお休みに来るよ鳴りやまないメロディー届けて見逃すなそうあれ僕ら目撃者だ早急に手を伸ばした水平線が高値したって止めどなく日々をつなぐ架け橋渡ったらいつの日かそうあれ君に届くまでさ何度でも呼び声を消えない奇跡たどって育成層の果てどこまでも一晩じゃ語り尽くせない悲劇も一晩中語り明かせたら悲劇になってゆく聞かせてよ一筋の たり
Amazing
like that song.
instrumentation.
Yeah. Some other notes on Susui. Hololive originally had a deal for 2 other VTubers to act with like a music company, or I guess you could say a music talent agency. They did like a spin-off of Hololive that was a collaborative effort. Susui was one of the talents. The other's name totally escapes me, and it shouldn't. Give me a sec.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys still there?
I'm still
Yes.
here, but yeah.
I
Oh,
am
Okay, sorry.
just looking up
Like
their
everything
name.
dropped out for me for a second.
ASCII. That's the other one that I'm trying to think of.
ASCII, yes, yes.
But it was Susui and ASCII that were part of that. But apparently, like, the music talent agency did almost nothing. And
oh.
after like 2 or 3 years, they finally like disbanded the joint project and pulled everyone back under Hololive. But Susui came back first, and ASCII was like left in there by herself for like over a year, which might be part of why we didn't get a lot of like music from Susui earlier, because it would have been part of the joint project. And when she left the joint project, obviously, you know, they probably had some contractual things that kept her from performing. And I'm assuming Hololive probably just like bought out the collaborative company that they formed, since ASCII got to keep all her stuff from that. But yeah, it was part of why like ASCII was like a special sort of Hololive VTuber who didn't act anything like the others for the longest time. And I'm sorry to ASCII, I did not include you in my list. I'm sorry. Even though I've followed you since before Mori. But all of her stuff is in Japanese, and it's a lot harder for me to remember which song is which. So, but yes, I did in fact follow ASCII first. But
Oh.
there's one last VTuber on my list, and I had to include her. So why don't we jump in to her collab with Mori?
This one.
I mean, I had to.
That's fair.
Rather be the hunter than the prey. Rather be a killer than a saint. Either way, she's still gonna make you pray. them feeling vibes every time I see him. I'm crazy, I know she's crazy, but I kinda like living on the edge of this high, baby. I like crazy. Strike that match and make it blow up. Hit that gas, it's half of the fun. Don't show this to just anyone, but can't stop what you begun. Wild and vicious, hungry, smell till the mischief felt bored. She ain't the hero, just the villain of somebody else's story. Straight up predatory. Made up swagger, what's the matter? Acting tough that you ain't even in the same category. But fear the reaper like never before. Once you hear it, falling deeper till she severs your core. Somehow begging for more. Bring them to life just to kill them again. Swing till the end with this scythe. Trust it's a thrill you never comprehend. Don't go playing with fire. Don't go playing with fire. Don't go playing with fire. Don't go. Don't go. She's got them villain vibes. Got them killing vibes. Watch her taking lives. Saying ayo, 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 ay. Villain vibes. Got them killing vibes. Watch her taking lives. Saying ayo, 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 ay.
Nice.
So,
Mm.
Amelie, aka Monarch. I had to include her, definitely. She's also one of the only, like, especially English VTubers that I know of who has done their own record. Having your own album. I mean, Mousy totally should have her own album, but she does not. As strange as that seems to me. But
Who-
it meant I definitely had to include her on this list. And of course, what other way to, start things off than by including her with Mori?
Mhm. All the star collabing together.
Yes. Strangely, I don't know if you know this, but their Villain Vibes song does not have as many views as some of the, other Amelie works. Several of which I really thought about including, because she's best known as like a cover singer.
Yeah, I think I know of Emily from like all of her English covers of songs.
Yeah. Probably her most popular video ever is actually her cover, her English cover of the theme from Evangelion. So
Yeah, I mean, but I think it makes sense because like the audience for these, anime or series would be bigger than I guess original.
I mean, possibly, but that has a crazy number of views.
Mhm.
It's like over 25 million. I forget the exact amount. I think it might be 125 million actually, which
Yeah.
is
Which song are we
just
talking
mind
about?
blowing. I was mentioning that Amelie here was best known for one of her covers, the one for Evag- Ev- Blah, I can't talk. Evangelion's
Evangelion.
theme song, Little
Oh,
Angel
nice.
Faces.
Wait,
But
isn't
yeah, it has a staggering number of views. Actually, why don't I take a quick little glance so I can give you the actual number? 24 million. Okay.
Mhm.
Though her Sword Arts Online cover also 24 million, Attack on Titan 23 million, Soul Eater 22 million.
Damn.
So, yeah, her covers are just crazy.
That's cool.
But yeah, she has her own stuff too, which is also like incredible. Which
Well, I said it before. uh her album, I forgot what it was called, but it's the one. I think Villain Vibes is in that, but then also one of the ones I sent you, Call Me King. I think conceptually is one of the best albums I've ever listened to. Not
Yeah.
just a VTuber project, but just how it goes with the being betrayed by someone and then usurping the throne and then kind of going into your villain arc because you kind of have to. Like you've been scorned and now it's your time to get it all back. And it's just it's I reacted to it a couple of years ago when it came out, and I still think it's one of the best things ever. Like a lot of artists
Yes.
don't make concept albums like that anymore.
Yeah, concept albums are rare. Actually, uh, one of the only other concept albums I know of is from The Warning, who
Mm,
also did the concept album. Uh,
mhm.
but you don't really see that much anymore. So,
It's
Mm-mm.
something that used to happen a lot more, especially in rap. The concept album was kind of considered one of the highest points of musical ability, which makes sense to me because I've never been the kind of person to be like, "Oh, let's just get a bunch of random songs and throw them all together." When I know I'm making an album, I want to kind of have similar themes or at least something to tie it together. Um, Depending on how well I do is completely up to interpretation, but I feel like it's definitely just not, uh, it just takes a little bit more work, especially in the writing, instead of just, "Oh, let's just get a bunch of songs and throw it all together."
yeah. I mean, in the old days, like when I was little, uh, the thought was that a band would do an album or two, which is their collective songs, like before
Mhm.
they became known. And then,
Right.
like, their third album would usually be like a concept album,
Ah,
where they have the experience now and they can sit down and do an album and it's all got a similar theme. But
I mean,
that's not
like,
really the case anymore. So,
even now, I still think I feel like people are trying to, or at least some of the artists now that I've found, trying to do that as well. Like, for example, like two of the, I guess, artists that I really love. One is Melanie Martinez, and the second one is 21
oh, yeah.
Pilots. So
Oh,
both of
yeah.
them do really strong like concept that span across multiple albums and not just
Mhm.
one, which I find really, really interesting because it's like a full storyline
Right.
of everything. And I
Yeah, it
think
takes work to.
hopefully it is for sure. Like, but I feel
yeah.
like people are hopefully kind of come back to that and explore more on that kind of concept album kind of idea.
I think with the rise of like talents like VTubers, who can, get funding for a project that is not through like traditional means, that's going to become a lot more common. Uh, since, if like a VTuber or a TikToker or, wherever the alternative media happens to be, can get like, oh, 200K together to do like a professional album, you know,
Mm.
Well, just
that's
from
going to
the.
be where it's going to happen.
Yeah, and just from the like you were kind of saying, the financial side of things, it just takes a lot more work. Um,
Yeah.
and like I remember putting out a project, I was upset very much so looking back on it because it was a different style. I was doing more like hyperpop stuff. I was turning to that genre, and the album was called Open Ocean, and I wanted to have skits kind of tie everything together. I mean, the songs had a similar theme, but I wanted to have these skits tied together of like this guy finds himself in a metaphorical beach ocean area, and this pirate woman comes through as kind of an embodiment of his creativity that's just very boisterous and just like, yeah, let's just do it. We can do it. And compared to the other projects that I made, it hardly had the same amount of views. as the other ones, and that one comparatively cost a lot. And I was so upset, like looking back on that, like, man, I really pulled up all the stops here. I tried to make this cool. And like, so sometimes it's, it's a big gamble for an artist because it just might not resonate with your audience
Yeah.
as much.
Mm.
So I've been amazed that 21 Pilots, even though they're very successful and have, plenty of means to do whatever they want, um, I find it so fascinating, not only that they dive into making a whole city like Edema, and
Mhm.
who is Clancy, what are the colors in this music video going to be, how does that tie back into this, that, and the third. Like, not only does that take a lot of time on your part, but you know being able to make music that can be engaging for your audience, but also like, hey, here's something deeper to it too if you
Mm.
want to get into it. Like, that's a hard thing to do, because you can make something deep for your fans who know what the story is, but then newcomers will be like, what the heck is this? I don't get it. I don't get the references.
Yeah.
But
I think that
But
is, I actually think that it's like kind of like two-side, because one is like someone else, like newcomer, might be confused, but also there's the other side of inclusivity where people would like want to be part of it in a sense.
oh
That is
yeah.
hard to create, but once you, I guess, like when they crack that, like that's what makes them so intriguing, because you kind of become a part of this kind of community.
Well, and I find that to be the biggest juxtaposition of what your fan base looks like when you're into music, because like when I first started rapping years ago, I wanted to be like Tech Nine and Twisted Insane and all these dudes who rap a
Mhm.
million miles a minute, because I loved the technicality of it. It looked so cool to be able to do that. But then I had some of my friends say, "Well, I'm not going to understand what you're saying though, so I'm not going to want to listen." And I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, but that should encourage you to go look up what the lyrics are." And they were like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "Oh,"
Super lazy.
so I stopped doing that. But no, it's like, same sort of thing. Like, for some people, they see something that they don't understand, or, it's intriguing because they don't quite get how it works. I mean, that's how I got into metal. I was like, what is even going on here? I want to know, like, what is this? But for some people, they're like, you know, that's how you get people that are like, making poor takes on social media where they're like, I don't even know what this is. It looks dumb. I'm like, okay, well,
I mean, that's all too often for social media, anyways. So
yeah. I've never been that kind of person, so I'm always confused when a grown adult decides to be that way. I'm like, I could get it if
yes,
you were like 16, you know, but come on, you're 32, you have a phone, Google.
yeah. Well, since we've already brought up "Call Me King," that is actually the next song from her on my list. So
Woo!
let's jump to that.
Okay.
I wasted years, gave you my life, and I think that's the biggest crime. You said forever, but my trust in you was severed when you left my faith to die. Nothing quite inspires like a broken heart. Glad you really hit me hard. You said
Mm.
Throw me first. Call me king. I need anything from you now that I'm king. So call me king. And I might show you what I'm worth. So call me king.
So, a couple things that really stood out to me. We talk about themes that are comparable to her character. We talk about metamorphosis, monarch butterfly metamorphosis, that kind of thing. Um, I like that. It's something I always say as someone who appreciates VTuber lore. I'm like, if you're gonna make an original song, give us the lore, like tie it together. Um, and then when they said, just from a writing standpoint, when they said, "Well, uh, this isn't like what we rehearsed, but I want to hear it from you first." Like that's such a chilling thing. It makes me think of when a parent like already knows that you lied and they're giving you a chance to be like, come clean, like, tell me, like I already know you lied. I have a idea of why you did it, but I want to hear it from you. Like, why did you do this? And that, oh, like, especially with that being the conclusion. I think that's the last song of the album, if I'm not mistaken, or one of the later ones. The fact that she's, her attitude has shifted to this person so harshly, where she's like, yeah, I'm calling your bluff. I know you're lying. Come clean about it. Like, oh, that was such a hard line.
Yeah. I'm not sure what order the songs end up on the album in, because I've
I
only
think
seen
it's
them
in the
online. But
I think it's in the chronological order. I'll look it up while you guys give your thoughts.
I mean, I think everything she does is pretty amazing. So
And then
I
isn't
mean,
it so funny that oh, sorry.
no, I would also say that I don't, I only know like here and there from Emily. I think, like mainly, I think the first song I know from her is this one,
Mm,
and then also the collab with Maury. So, like, I
mm,
didn't know enough about, I guess, her past. I only know that she did a lot of like, song covers in English, which I feel like in a way set out a new way for a lot of singers to do song covers, because like turning trans lyrics into something that like singers could do. I feel like she kind of paved that way for a lot of people.
yeah,
mm.
I mean, there were like English translations of Japanese songs, usually in anime,
Mhm.
uh, way back when, but usually they sucked.
No.
Yeah, because they are literally just literal translation rather than translate it so that it could fit back into the
Yeah,
song and convey the same
transliterated
thing.
is what they
Mhm.
needed to do.
Ah, gotcha.
But yeah, usually they didn't match the music very well.
Uh-oh.
So it was clearly that the Japanese version was superior. Because, that was an actual song. And the English versions were bad, usually.
Uh-oh.
But they started getting better about a decade ago. At least as far as I remember, most of them started to get a little bit better around then. Uh,
Nice.
and I
Maybe
mean,
that's why I'm too scared to do covers. Like, there's a lot of anime songs that it's like, "Oh, this would be really cool to do," and then my brain's like, "No, no, 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 no. You're not gonna do it."
Just gotta do it.
I guess. Well, so here's the thing is the last time I did a cover, uh, aside from failing to cover, End of a Life, where I couldn't even I couldn't even get through the initial singing, it just made me cry, and I'm like, "Okay, well, I can't sing it now. I'm just crying my eyes out." Um, I actually tried covering, um, it was another VTuber's original song, so not an anime song, but, uh, oh, what was her name? Shoot. Uh, oh, I can see her face right now. But she did an original song, and then she had, like, an instrumental link, and, it was a very, very pretty song. I'll actually find it and send it to you guys, but, yeah, I don't know what it is about covers. It's like, unless I think that I am absolutely perfect, I'm gonna feel ashamed to put it out there, you know? So,
I mean,
like, Machi, doing a cover of the Machi opening, as much as that would be super fun to do, it's like, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever sound as good as those guys.
I think if I were ever to do one, I would need someone who can do like the production side for
Uh-huh.
me, uh, to make it sound more like a song and not like me trying to match the music badly.
Yeah.
I would say because I guess because I do some song covers and
Mhm.
I'm not the best out there, and like I'm still like learning a lot about like the process and everything, right? But
Yeah.
from my perspective, it's I think a lot to me about if I enjoy the song and I want to sing it,
Mhm.
even though it's not the best and it's not the best quality, my voice is not the best, it might not fit with the song so much, but like whenever people say that, oh, I really want to sing a song, or you know, I want to do a cover of this, I would always say like do it and go for it, not because you know, oh, of course you will do like the best version, but I feel like to a point, one is you enjoy doing it and working on that process, and
Right.
second is that you're making something, right? And
Mhm.
I think it's
Well,
like the more
yeah.
you do it, the better.
Yeah, well, and that should be the more, that's definitely the more mature way of looking at it. It shouldn't be about whether or not it's perfect. It should be because you want to do it and it's fun and that kind of thing. Um, but it's hard for me to
Yeah,
have that
to get
mindset about it.
through that. Yeah,
I'm
gotcha.
like, I don't know though.
Also,
Real
I saw your post in the channel. Shiki is absolutely
yes.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Well, and it was such a like it sat in my head for days. I was like, this is so cool, and I loved how um the however she decided to organize her voice and the inflection of it, especially in some of the guitar parts of that song, it was like it fits so well. I was like, oh, I want to do this. And then I actually it was on my old channel, I had the cover of it, and I was so scared of just I don't know, because I mixed it myself, which was another part of it. I'm not good at mixing anything. I took the comments off the video. I disabled comments, and then I even I
oh,
and that was after I sent it to Shiki because I was like, "Yeah, I really gave this a good shot. I hope you like it." And then I'm like, "No, no, it sucks. Disable comments." I'm like, I can't do it." And yeah, I don't know if she ever saw it, but I was like, I don't know, man.
well, I would be
I think it
terrified
deserves
if
better,
anyone, any original artists, see my cover of their song. I'd be absolutely dead.
right? I'm not crazy.
I mean, you two have both seen my uh, only attempt at a cover song,
Hmm.
so
Well, and here's the thing of it is like I'll fully admit I don't take my own advice. Like I will tell everybody and like I'll tell you and I'll tell everybody else, just do it. You know, you
Mm-mm.
don't know how it's going to be received. You need to be proud of yourself. Da, da, da. And then I have this soul crushing anxiety for
Yeah.
myself where I'm like, but for me, no, I can't. I couldn't possibly.
I feel
Nobody's going
that.
to like it. I'm going to be laughed off the internet. This VTuber's going to hate me.
Gosh,
Yeah.
that
Anyway.
that is too relatable. Like I feel like at least if maybe not for like covers because I've been doing them, but like for anything else, like any other new ideas that I have, and then I'll be like, no, but like people wouldn't really watch that, so why would I
Mm,
do it? Yeah,
yeah.
I understand that.
But
To go
to get
back
this,
to go back to Alma's album real quick, I just want to point out how awesome the track listing is. Because yes, "Call Me King" is the last track. Um, it goes "Rise of the Monarch," "From the Embers," "Metamorphosis," "Monster You Made," "Villain Vibes," MWTWB, which means messing with the wrong bitch. Drink Your Light, and then Call Me King. Like just from the titles alone, you can see
Mm,
like, oh, this is how crap hits the fan. It's just
mhm.
crazy.
so I have one more song from Amelie.
Okay.
So this is gonna be Devotion. So
The autumn leaves, they fall, but I am left the same. 1,000 years have passed, but still nothing has changed. What's left to give when you have met the end? The petals fall and leave a barren stem. I feel it crumbling somewhere inside of me. My strength, my love, my sanity. But through it all, my devotion, it burns strong. Another moment, another memory, another tear to tear me down. But I'll keep fighting, my knees will never know the ground. I wanna keep your memory, won't forget, but can't find a way to hurt me less. It's my devotion that cuts me open time again. I thought that love, that light would be forever mine. The beating of your heart, it's only in my mind. I close my eyes and see all my mistakes. A throne of gold, a perfect masquerade. I feel it set to flame somewhere inside of me. My pain, my hate, my clarity. But through it all, my devotion, it burns strong. Another moment, another memory, another tear to tear me down. But I'll keep fighting, my knees will never know the ground. I wanna keep your memory, won't forget, but can't find a way to hurt me less. It's my devotion that cuts me open time again. My undying devotion. My undying devotion. I wanna keep your memory, won't forget, but can't find a way to hurt me less. It's my devotion that cuts me open time again. It's my devotion that cuts me open time again.
So good. Really, really good.
yeah.
Mm.
The I remember when I checked this out the first time when it was released. Actually, I think I reacted to her album and then Devotion immediately afterwards. My knees will never know the ground. Like that's that is insane. That is a incredible line right there. You know that that um yeah, just amazing, amazing, amazing analogy. Well, and visual picture.
Yeah, it is definitely one of my favorites from her. Sadly underrated compared to a lot of her songs, with only 1.4 million views in 8 months. I think we need to add like another million to that.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Well, and as we'll see later on, it's one of the unfortunate parts of uh if you get really big for a cover or something, just any form of entertainment. You get known for one thing, when you try to go for another thing, it's just not going to do as well. It's a sad
Mm.
sad thing. Like any reaction channel, I am by and far known for VTuber reactions, which is fine. I love those guys. They're hilarious. They're awesome. But then I also try and show people, hey, here's this other artist that's really, really good. And there's this guitarist named Buried Alive that's really, I mean, he's phenomenal. And I looked at one of my reactions of his. It has 7 views, no comments, no likes. And I was just sitting there like, "Oh, come on." Like I'm not even this artist and, I'm disappointed. Like, come on, man. This is good.
Well, yeah. I mean,
It's just,
reactions are a new thing for me, so
Mm, mm.
uh, I have generally not done them, but they are very hit or miss. In fact, besides the warning, none of the others have. I mean, they're normal for my channel. Let me put it that
Sure.
way.
Yeah, totally. Well, and that's the thing of it, like, and that's why, I mean, it took me 3 years on my last channel where I just did a bunch of different things. I kind of did nerdcore music. I did a few videos talking about things. I pushed my own music, all these different things. It took me 3 years before I even got like 100 subscribers. And then I found out about reaction videos and I started doing those. And then um, it actually was reacting to Addict from Has Been Hotel, where I was
mm.
just crying because the song's phenomenal. And also, it was the first time we really saw like the hurt that the characters had. That I think that video, I wasn't even at 500 subscribers at the time, and in 2 days, that video shot me past 1,500 subscribers. It was the fastest growing thing on my channel, and actually, I think even up to the point I deleted that channel, it was the highest viewed video on my channel. It had like 180,000 views, something like that. So
It's gotta
it's like
be something that, like, one is trending or the thing that you react to already have, like, the
right,
audience to be
yeah,
able to get that.
Yeah.
I think, and also I think it ties back into the point that Cami said earlier, where when you already have a set of audience, then it just multiply.
hmm
Um, but yeah, to start from like the beginning is so tough.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and when I reacted to Ren, who's a really, really good musician from the UK, um, I checked out one of his videos, and at that point, I had an established audience, and I was like, I want to look at these, you know, these these other musicians that aren't just VTubers. I want to check this guy out. And the
Mm,
video got demonetized, like it got claimed. So I was like, okay, yeah, no one's gonna watch this. But his fan base came through and just
mm.
blew it up. Like they were checking it out and all that other stuff. So then I got his fans on my side. But you're absolutely right that sometimes it's the fan base of the artist as well that they'll just come through because they want to see people check
Yeah.
them out, all that.
Actually,
Mm.
uh, my my warning video, the first one, is still insane because the warning fan base has their own like Discord and they shared the link to it in the Discord,
Aw, nice.
and that's why it's at like 8,000 views.
Oh, nice.
So, which is really high for my channel.
Yeah, no, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
How old is your channel, by the way? Like how long has
Uh,
it been around?
it was created back. Well, the first video on it is in. Well, it's almost been 4 years. It was back in January. Would that be 2000? Yeah, it was not 2000. 2020.
2020?
Oh, gotcha,
Back
gotcha.
in the
All
2000.
the 20s get in the way of my brain.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was created in January of 2020. So, well, at least the first video. I think I actually created the channel in like December, but I hadn't done anything with it until
Oh,
January.
gotcha.
So,
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, it's awesome to try a bunch of different things, especially when you start out. I think that's one of the things I kind of missed also when I gained any audience on the other channel. I was like, man, now I kind of have, the path is kind of carved out for me now. Like I am the reaction channel. I'm going to do these things. I'm going to check out this stuff. Um, and, admittedly, when I just started, it was like, yeah, I'll just kind of do whatever. Obviously, you'll talk to the camera like you have thousands of people watching you, but you still kind of have that freedom of like, I just want to do what I want to do, and that'll be fun. Um, but
I
yeah,
mean, I'm still there. I'll do whatever I feel like.
yeah, no, and that's kind of what I set up this channel, my current channel, to do. Um, from the gate, I was checking out all sorts of different artists, and I'll keep doing that because I want to keep that going. I think that's the other part of it too. If you have the consistency, even if you already get a fan base for one thing, you'll still be putting people onto other artists. So,
Yeah. But we should move on. I'm gonna go into the entries that Sagi sent me. So
cool.
let's pause.
Oh.
Oh, is that
Oh,
Aishite?
yeah. So I
Man,
think, yeah, I know this is starting to go hard. Miori is my like favorite, like I guess like V singer in the scene. She's like an indie VTuber. I think she's like Korean American or something.
oh,
But yeah, she popped up really well with some of her like song covers, and I think this one was the first one that I found of her, and like immediately like in love, obsessed. So I mean, you guys can listen to it and
sure.
tell me how you think.
Yeah.
All right, let's start it up.
遥か遠い遠い昔巻かれた首は人が欲しい人が欲し
That was really, really good. I immediately wanted to say that sounds like Ado, just with how um
Mm,
but I wasn't sure how big her range was, but when she hit those, I think it was four different notes where she just
yeah.
like I was sitting there like, "Oh, geez, okay." Um the fact that she can go into the cutesy voice, I don't even know the terms for it. But when she goes into kind of a breathlessness, she kind of pulls
Mm,
back a little bit with her tone, adds a little cutesy inflection, and then comes in with like the grit, like with a couple of those lines. She didn't just sing it, she was like, da, 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 like that.
yeah, the
It's
growling
that
a
is
bit.
so good. That is so good. The amount of talent in that is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I.
really love those tonal shifts.
Mhm. It's like it makes the song like the song itself already packs a lot of emotions, right? Like original, but like
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like her voice brought out a lot more of it. It's like a very like multi aspect. Like some part is very light and cute and stuff, but then the other part is like actually really emotional. And also I guess like one thing I really love of like generally Miori's cover is that she adds a lot of like additional, harmonies and ad libs that
Hmm.
adds more layer to the song, and it makes the cover hers rather than just like song cover on its in the general sense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's funny you mentioned that because I've listened to Michi from V Shoujo, her
Mm,
cover of this song, and then also Narissa Ravencroft, who
mhm,
immediately, even in just hearing her talking, I was like, "Oh, you're a classically trained singer." Like just the tone of your voice
mm,
sounds very. Hearing their two covers it's like chalk and cheese, but it's so unique. Like Michi has a way with her voice where she doesn't have half as much of a range as Narissa does, and Narissa, from my recollection, sticks with more um the very the operatic side of things. I'm sure she adds a little bit of growl and personality in there too, but for the most part, she just shows her range. But then Michi goes a lot more into the grit and like sounding crazy, which is
mm.
just so cool. So I didn't even know like which might be the better cover, quote unquote.
Yeah,
Well, now
because
you
this
have
is
more
like
examples.
unique. Yeah.
Exactly. Now I won't know what to do. Now my brain's just gonna explode. You just find me lying dead at at the desk here, just
Cover overload.
yeah, exactly.
Let's jump to the next one.
Oh yeah,
Stop.
I tell you too, but I guess this one is more of the uh yeah growling side, because I think that's one of the her skill where she has so many different way that she approached like song covers. So yeah, just listen, I guess.
All right. This has to be short because this is a YouTube short.
Yeah, it's just
So
a short. Yeah,
Oh,
she does
here we go.
some short covers like this. So these are the I think these are what made her, I guess, popular, because she was I guess one of the first few V singers who does like short song covers.
oh,
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. And my brain, by the way, implodes in the fact that there's 75K likes on this short.
that's
That
awesome.
that is an
Holy
insane
smokes.
number. So, let me play it.
第三者が見てなかったら届くなんてこの世にあるのかな太陽になれなかった腐った方の意味もなく Sounds so serious 物心ついてから墓場まで
Man, oh man.
Ah, man, I love her.
Mhm.
I like her expressions during that.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah. If you look at like her other short covers as well, it's quite expressive. It really fitting with like the song that she's singing. Like she's making
Mm.
like a music video out of just her model, and she did
Yeah.
she actually did a stream on like how you could grow as like a V singer in a sense, and she was like giving like these tips, like you don't need like a full flash MV, but that's so much like investment, but these are the things that you could do. And as you can see, like it's just her model and like text and graphics and stuff, but that's the result you get.
Gotcha.
I mean,
That's cool.
if my model were more like facially expressive, then I could do that. Well, not the singing part, but
Mm.
yeah. Sadly, not having a model update in almost 4 years is holding me back. But
Yeah, it is tough. Like it's just changed so much. Like every day there will be like a new upgrade and a new trend. Like unless you just have so much to invest in it, it's so hard to.
Oh
well,
yeah.
I mean, then you have like the big talents, like Iron Mouse, like
Mm.
her. She has so many models, and yet each model costs like 20K,
Yeah.
which is
Really?
crazy.
Really?
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Man, okay. I've been watching the wrong or occasionally seeing the wrong model makers because like I've looked into some of that stuff. Like, okay, how much would this be? And it seemed like maybe some of the artists I looked at were just maybe a part of the I don't know. I can't remember, but
I
But
mean,
it's
I
just
feel
it
like
has
really
the best of
depends
the best.
on who does it.
Kinda,
yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Like,
Man,
uh,
oh my.
one of the other talents that used to be in VShojo, uh,
Mm.
her model cost as much as a car.
It's crazy.
Well, and I can't even, I can't say that that's completely unheard of in the real world. Like I work in retail, and there's some folks, they'll drop like 20K on ammo or something, and I'm like, what? I'm like,
I mean,
People
they
are
have the
weird,
excuse me.
memes
but
too, so yeah.
I mean, for us, it's a pretty big. I mean, my model
Mm.
cost 2,500, so
Mm,
uh,
mm.
in USD, that's still quite a bit.
Yeah. Well,
But
yeah, huh. That's
that's an
interesting.
investment. I mean, I've had it for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
But that's up there with like a computer. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
when it gets
To
up
go
to car level, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it's
now I'm just
it's
gonna
yeah,
oh,
go.
so I just was thinking, because you were talking about like, oh, this was how much some of her, like Iron Mouse's models cost and stuff. And then I think about, when she bought her parents a house. Now I'm just imagining like 6 or 7 silhouettes of would-be models are underneath the foundation of that house, if you know what I mean. It's like this could have been 6 or 7 other characters, but it is a house.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, especially with like a lot of VTubers, the big thing is that you could switch into any of your models at any time. So if
Right.
you're
Yeah.
you're feeling like a witch, you become Witch
Mm.
Mousy, and if you want to
That's my
go
favorite
Angel
thing that she
mode,
does.
there's
Yeah.
Angel Mousy.
When she switches into the big head chibi mode, it's just
True.
like it's like her body just gets sucked up and then boom, it goes to her head.
Yeah,
So fun.
I mean, if I had so one of the big points for my model was that mine is built with layers, and I can layer over it, so I can like
Oh,
change
gotcha.
outfits, hair. I
Mm.
never had the money to do most of that, but presumably I could go out and buy a new outfit, and it's not going to cost me quite as
Mm.
much. I still have to get like re-rigged for a new outfit, but it's
But
not nearly as expensive as a full one. So
Yeah.
yeah,
pre-planning,
Well,
so so you have like base model.
yeah.
Mm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
cool. Well,
But
even
now
with
though, it's like, oh no, sorry, you go.
no. I jumped in last time. Now it's your turn. You finish.
Oh no, I'm just saying that like because now with like how like VTubing and Live 2D has developed, like there's a lot of assets now that just have like the body rigged, so you just need to put your head on it, and it makes it a bit more accessible for people to have like a change model or change pose because you can
Mhm.
get those assets like pre-rigged and then just like literally put your head on top of the body.
Ah,
Yeah.
I don't
I
think I'd
I
have
had
any
a
idea how to do that stuff, but
I had an idea, especially since there's so much discourse about female models, and especially Twitch, you get all these
Oh
garbagey things about,
gosh.
like models and all that stuff. I thought it would have been really cool, and I tried doing this with my PNG model, was either so one of the characters the character that I had that reveal for, yeah, she's got her own, body obviously, but then she's holding a ginormous sword that has an eyeball on it, and then that is what I would zoom in on, and that would be kind of that was the initial joke with the reveal that I was trying to do, where it was like, "Hey, I'm over here," and then you zoom in on the sword, and it's the eyeball moving around,
I
and
mean,
that's the
Mm.
actual model, but everything else is like secondary. You hardly ever see it, or like something in the top of a hat, or like a hairpin that has a little character on it. That's
uh,
kind of where I wanted to go with that.
they're so they're a regular streamer, but they've also been a VTuber called
Mm.
Baru. And Baru,
Bar-
when they did a VTuber model, they're a panda that is sitting on a girl's shoulder.
Aw,
So
that's cute. I
uh,
like that.
the panda is obviously the one that moves when he
Right,
talks, but the girl is the one that moves around when
right.
he moves. So
That's fun. Well, that makes me think of, and I think what got me inspired to do that was when Crony got her. Um, I don't know if it was in connection to a different model that she had, or if it was like a yukata that she got when everyone else got theirs, or a kimono, I mean. But her little Boros snake that sits on her shoulder. Um, it's just it. I think it would move its head and mouth based on her movements as well, which was pretty fun.
yeah,
Mm.
I've actually, I haven't had the money, obviously, but if I had the money, I had
Hmm.
a plan to have both a cat VTuber model that was an
Hmm.
actual cat,
Oh,
so I could turn into a cat and just sit down and enjoy.
oh,
Aw.
that's
But
cute.
I also had a plan to like run them at the same time sometimes, and
Uh huh.
basically hold the cat. So I would
That'd be
Oh,
hold
cute.
myself.
Yeah.
you know what? That made me think of, yeah. So like you could have the cat like move and like hop in your arms or something. That makes me think of whether or not you like her. I know she's had her own controversy or whatever, but Cinder. I think she's independent. Um,
Yes,
Mm.
she is.
but she had or has, I don't know if she still uses it, but sometimes you get those moving um the moving art that's part of your like the stream is over type visual or
Yeah.
whatever. And she had hers, it was this full body thing, and she's like leaning on something or whatever, but then that was her actual model, so she was able to talk and move like as well. It wasn't just a moving placeholder, which was pretty cool. I thought that was neat.
Yeah. I mean, Cinder is one of those talents that already came in with a fan base before they were a VTuber.
That's
So
awesome.
she sort of lucks out in that she wasn't starting at zero like a lot of us were.
Yeah.
But
Do you feel
it's
like
always hit or miss. So
hmm do you feel like since you guys are more in that field than me, do you feel like that uh if you come in with an audience, you're not starting from zero, do you feel like generally that translates to success, or if there have been some instances where, yeah, okay, this person brings in an audience, but then that audience doesn't know them for, it could even be something small like gaming streams versus
I
just
mean,
karaoke or something like that. So it almost is a catch 22.
there are examples of both, so you never
Mm.
know.
Mm,
Uh,
mm,
I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of controversies around certain people too, but
mhm.
there's been like VTubers who have come in from doing like cosplay that had a pretty good following, and
Ah,
some have made it, some have not. It all
uh-huh.
really depends. So,
I don't know if it's a case of like how the two community I guess overlap. So
Hmm.
let's say I know that like some let's say voice actor or like singer or UTT who already built a following on a different channel when they actually started streaming and having like VTuber model, like I feel like most of the time they do find success. Even like not I guess like there was recently this new VTuber who like immediately got like hundreds of viewers and stuff. She got like a post on Twitter about the fact that people were like wondering, oh, why? How can you get this many viewers? Are you
Yeah.
like botting them? And she was just like, I have grown like this community over on my TikTok because she's been posting content just on a different channel. So I
yeah.
think if you have that audience, most likely they would come through and support you if you are going to do kind of similar content. So she was an artist and then now she do art on stream. So I think when there's that overlap, I think probably it helps.
And plus, you have to expect that you're not going to get everyone to
Mm-mm.
switch to a new platform. So, like, if you have, oh, if it's this TikTok, like, 150K people looking at your stuff, you might get like 500 that will go to
Hmm.
Twitch.
That would be like,
So,
yeah,
Oh,
that is still gonna be a lot.
yeah,
Yeah. I think
gotcha.
when I was
it's a lot
like
less,
posting,
but still a lot.
Yeah.
yeah, when I was posting on TikTok like regularly, like probably like around 1-2 years ago, even though like TikTok was doing pretty well, I think I only saw probably like 3-4 people that actually
Mm.
came through to Twitch stream.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
tried posting snippets of my reaction videos to TikTok, um, and I was kind of proud of myself because I had never like snipped up stuff to like be like, oh, here's the best moment here. I
Mm.
never saw any crossover, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably got anywhere from close to 1,000 to maybe 1,500 views on most of the videos.
Yeah.
Um,
From
and
what
people
I've
were just
heard, and I'm just gonna put this out here really quick. From what I've
yeah.
heard, the switch from like TikTok to another platform is something like 1 per 50K. So
Mhm.
Wait, 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 wait.
it's
What?
stupidly low.
Wait, run that
Yes.
by me again.
Uh, supposedly the transfer rate from people going from TikTok to another platform is 1 viewer per 50K.
Mm.
That's absurd.
Yes.
Crazy.
Well, that sounds just as bad as Spotify's payout, you know?
I mean,
Each stream
probably,
is like
probably.
0.0000001 cent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Basically,
got 1,000,000 streams on this song. Okay, I get $1. Yay.
yeah. Basically, it is, especially for that short attention span, which is what TikTok is usually for, getting
Yeah.
them to like a longer media, whether that's even, 8 or 10 minutes on YouTube,
Right.
is just stupidly hard because they're TikTok viewers. They don't. go anywhere else.
It's like I hate to say that that's ever like a reality because, and I'm sure you guys would relate to this, I feel like we know how to have patience. We know how to have appropriate attention spans to things. But the thought that there is a whole group of people, if not a generational thing of just short attention spans, is so frustrating to me. I'm like, come on, man, just
Yes.
sit for a second. I have ADHD and I can handle it. Why can't you do it? Like, just
Yeah.
watch my 25-minute long analysis video of Hakos Bell's music. Like, come on.
I mean, this is now a 2.5 hour stream, so
Mm.
my usual streams are like 3.5. So
Oh, we got
people
time.
that usually sit in my streams are gonna be here a while, but
Hmm.
you can't say that
Well, thank
about
you, chat.
other platforms.
Mm.
I mean, I've had some YouTube shorts that did well, usually from like gameplay that worked
Gotcha.
out pretty well. Like
Yeah.
I was in Cyberpunk, and a car drives over me as I'm trying to cross the road, and
Oh, no.
I do the classic like Bostonian "I'm walking here," and
Mm.
that did fairly well. Though
That's
people did not
funny.
like my accent.
Hey, watch. Oh, they didn't like your accent?
No,
Oh.
no.
Oh,
Oh.
come
I got a
on.
lot of hate for the accent,
Oh
but
Man,
no. What
some
the
people
frick?
can't
I
have
felt I had to
fun.
do that. So
Y'all suck. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, I'm sorry that you're not, have a perfect Cockney accent. Hey, watch it. I'm walking here. Like, come on. Jeez Louise. I'm sorry. That got me
yeah.
heated. Oh,
I mean, it
boy.
was perfect though. So I used to clip a lot of those moments, but it's so hard to go back through like an hour and a well, 3 hour, like video and find those moments. So I don't
Yeah.
do it much anymore. Also, YouTube Shorts haven't done well for me at all
Mm,
lately. So
gotcha. I started seeing a lot of people talk about those YouTube shorts like it was just gonna be, easy peasy. Oh, you can make your entire revenue off YouTube shorts. I'm like, what?
yes,
Like
good luck.
that doesn't make any sense at all. But I mean, I don't use it half as much as, the normal video format.
Yeah, I did when they were new, and still in like the prototype stage.
Uh-huh.
And then when YouTube started making them like a main element, I stopped doing them because
Gotcha.
I would get like no views.
Oh
I
I mean,
think it's
man.
very interesting with short though. I think it's really hit or miss.
yeah,
It's really much
Yeah.
like that. Like you would get one that's just like off the chart and then all the other one just not perform at all.
yeah.
And
When I was doing the prototypes, I had like I was changing the time of day released, all
mm,
sorts of stuff, how long they are, and
Mhm.
there was zero consistency. There were
Oh
no
no.
patterns or rhymes or reasons.
Oh
So
shoot.
I'm just like I don't know what to do with this.
yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes
no,
I
that's
just delete the video. Like if a video don't perform, I just delete and then I re-upload and then somehow it works. Like
oh.
it's yeah, sometimes I do that because I just don't know why, but it works that way.
Well,
So
so yeah.
and
The
it's
you
like
know,
same time, same content as well.
mhm.
So
I had something like that happen once and it made me so upset because literally I didn't uh normally I just do one shot videos. Like I turn on the camera, I start recording, I do my reaction, and I just kind of let it be free form because
Yeah,
mm,
a lot of my audience likes that. And plus, I don't like going through everything and snip out each and every second that I go, or something like that. Um, and there was a video that I uploaded that I forgot to double check, and I swore at one point, which normally I don't like to do that. I like to keep it, family friendly. Plus, I think there's more creative ways you can describe things. But I was upset at like something with my setup, so I'm like, God damn it! And then I just uploaded it, and it was on something trendy, so it started getting views. And then I deleted it and then edited it and then re-uploaded it, and it got like a fraction of the views because people had kind of already moved on from it. And I was just sitting there like, man, if I didn't do that, gosh.
Yeah. But we should probably move on. We've been sidetracked for a while. So let's see who else is next. Oop,
Oh, so Wisteria, I would say is, in my opinion, a hidden gem in the community. I feel like she deserves a lot more love. This one is probably the one that popped off, one of the one that like popped off. But even then, I think it's like in comparison to the, I guess bigger VTuber, it's not as much. But she is like indie, just basically I feel like just like any of us, and
Mm.
yes.
I really love her voice. Like her voice is like ethereal for me.
Mm.
So yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to it.
Oh my god. はいなネタバレ別れっぽいな人生のネタバレ死ぬっぽいな何それ意味深でかっこいいじゃんそれっぽい単語知って踊ってんだしっけトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフボーイじゃんボーイじゃんトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥル神っぽいなもういいぜもういいぜそれもいいぜもういいぜここに恋ふんしてきたな大きいね大きいね夢大きいね大きいね平気いいけどいつはリアルウェイゴッドストット神っぽいなそれ一挙神っぽいなそれ恋はじゅわじゅわ急かさかってく感じ女子っぽいなそれ一挙女子っぽいなそれ恋じゅわじゅがじゅわどっちその髪型その目その口元その声その服そのメイクあれっぽいなそれ一挙あれっぽいなそれその名言その意見その意をその彼そのその怪我そのセンス髪っぽいなそれ一挙ぽいなぽいなぽい憧れちゃうトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフぽいじゃんぽいじゃんトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥル髪っぽいな私こうする本質は悪意人をこうバカにして呼んだ救い無意に生き延びるのは難しい権力に飲まれたゆるく明かり神を遺伝し神になり変わり玉座で傭兵する小物たち批判に見せかけ誓いの祈り Do you know 何言ってんのそれうざい何言ってんのそれ意味がよくわかんないし眠っちゃうよマジあきっぽいな OK みんなあきっぽいな OK 踊れるやつちょうだいちょうだいピーきしょいねきしょいねそれきしょいねきしょいね役にファンになってきたじゃんちっちゃいねちっちゃいねそうちっちゃいねちっちゃいね天才役のクラスでかけトイスト神っぽいなそれ一挙神っぽいなそれそう健康言い張って言葉ってく感じ役っぽいなそれ一挙役っぽいなそれもう愛しエピコネないそのタイトルそのやつのストーリーその音楽その音そのメロディーあれっぽいなそれ一挙あれっぽいなそれその名言その意見その意をその彼そのその怪我そのセンス神っぽいなそれ一挙ぽいなぽいなぽい明るいさはトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフぽいじゃんぽいじゃんトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥルフトゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥル神っぽいな愛のネタバレ別れっぽいな人生のネタバレ死ぬっぽいな数で理解して患った無策に踊っていたかった人生
Wow. Wow.
Right.
What was that a cover of?
Godish. This song is like so popular for like people to cover as well.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, that
I feel
song.
like, yeah, I love that song. I'm obsessed with that song.
No, that's it. There's so much in that. Like, there's great flow switches. There is
Mm.
incredible, like, changes in the instrumental. Like, that has a lot going for it. That's so cool. That was really
Mhm.
cool. And
Yeah, it
it's
seems
that, yeah, yeah. And she did really well with that. I think I need to re-listen to some other covers of that because I don't remember like really how it sounds. So I wouldn't be able to look at it and I wouldn't be able to tell you, oh, when she did this, that was her own take on it, or this was unique to her cover. But I'd be very curious to see how other people cover it.
it seems
Yeah.
kind of like our last example VTuber. This
Hmm.
is another cover of an Ado song. So
Mm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's cool.
Mm.
Well, thank
though
you for
Yeah.
sharing that. That was really something. I
I
like
don't
that
think
a
I've
lot.
ever actually heard
Awesome.
Ado actually like sing any of these. So,
Like covers or
well, the original songs, because they're the one that created the originals. So
Yeah, I think
oh, I see what you're saying.
this
Yeah.
one was I think it's Pinocchio P and it's Vocaloid. Uh,
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
mhm.
Because there's
It's
certain
like
points
really
where
quick.
yeah,
yeah,
there's well, and there's some points with the tone that it sounds very mechanical.
yes,
Which
especially
would
those
be
high notes.
Mhm.
maybe I didn't hear that very well. I thought more some of the faster rapping parts, it seemed like there was almost a mechanical like like just not it sounded very like uh um yeah, just had like a mechanical tone to it.
Well,
Like
I
a bit
know there's
mono.
definitely some processing on those high notes, because
Mm,
Yeah, I
mm,
think the definitely I feel like the second one always need to have like the second high note before
mhm,
the chorus when you reach that part and then it's like kind of gets stretched out more. I think
uh-huh,
definitely there needs to be an effect there. But I
gotcha.
think like just to reach the original and before it stretch out is also pretty good. It's pretty high.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, sure. It's like, it's like how years ago people used to think, auto-tune made you a good singer. No, it doesn't. That if you can't sing well, there's nothing the auto-tune can do.
True, true.
yes, all it does is tune your voice and
Exactly.
within a limited range. Uh,
Exactly. So if you're not even singing close to that, then it's not going to sound very good.
And you can
actually,
hear the tuning as well. Like you can hear it. And the more it is tuned, the more obvious it is.
Hmm.
I think I sent both of you a link to Chris's new little plugin to do real time like
Oh, yes.
vocal effects.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't get to check it out, but I did get the link.
I mean, I don't have a use for it at the moment, but
Sure.
it looked super cool to do all that sort of like auto tune type of stuff in real time.
Mm.
Right, right. So interesting.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah. I guess like a lot like I think a lot of my submissions are of more like people that are one indie and two I think or I feel that should get more recognition. A lot of people
Uh-huh.
like kind of like just like similar size or like bigger a bit, but still, indie VTuber doing their things. So for Nano, they are singer songwriter. They have a couple of original songs, and they write lyrics for others as well. So this is, I think, one of their most popular original. I think.
Mm.
Well, I'm here for it. So
Mhm.
let's play it.
はあ全部ぐちゃぐちゃで正直言って頑張ってだけど最後にはもう一口パイ Open your eyes to your life's disguise, a masquerade of kids who play pretend. I am hiding deep within the fear of wasting more than I can spend. ちょっとね、ちょっとだけ sorry, my knowledge doesn't change the string of fate. There's an echo of depression, it's aggression blooming up from hate. 全部のことだ、言いたこと後悔しちゃう。でも偽物ならこの痛み消して全部ぐちゃぐちゃで正直して頑張ってだけどアドバイスは自分の以外は聞けない Take another shot and put me on the spot I'll tell you that you're right でもその前も一口バイDancing in the dim light of hope and despair There's a skyline of problems I can never conquer けど恐れない君とならそれで十分そう十分全部ぐちゃぐちゃで正直言って頑張ってたけど気づいたら邪魔がまた増えていた Wanna play a game of who's the one to blame and take your bullshit 最後にはもう一口バ
Wow. Very, very nice.
I gotta say,
Mm.
it reminds me a lot of like Demon Dice.
You think?
Yeah.
Really? How
I mean,
so?
not as rap, like lyrical rap based, but
Oh.
yeah, that
Yeah.
jazzy, almost
Mm.
bluesy type of tone to it.
Gotcha.
Those melodies
Nice.
definitely feels like
Yeah.
Demon Dice there.
Yeah, that kind of swing style
Yeah.
for sure. I had no
Mm.
idea what you were on about at first. Thank you for explaining. I was like, what? No, that's
I
very
mean,
true.
it also does have that mix of like English and Japanese, which is another Demon
Mhm.
Dice thing.
That's
And
true. That is a staple of hers.
it also goes into that. I mean, it has more singing parts than Demon Dice definitely
Mhm.
has, but Demon Dice also has some songs that are, you know, if not true singing, they're definitely heavily melodic rap. So,
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
so
And that's
yeah,
probably
to
like
me, it feels
inspiration
very similar.
from, yeah.
I mean, Demon Dice has been around for a long time too.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd
if
be curious, just with regards to just jazz and swing and that kind of stuff, because I'm so not aware of some genres in the real world of music. I'd be curious to see like if there's you know, real artists, quote unquote, that do anything similar to this. Because I just hear it a lot in Japanese music and, stuff like that, little crossovers where people do swing and jazz and that kind of stuff.
I
They
know there
like,
are definitely YouTube channels for it, but I'm not sure any names in that like category.
yeah,
So,
right.
Mm.
I mean, definitely, it, if you're a band and producing music, you want to have a YouTube channel these days. Because you
Oh,
have
yeah.
You
to.
gotta, you
So,
gotta.
There's actually a band I just found out about yesterday that I wouldn't have known about unless they had a YouTube channel. I found them on
Mm.
YouTube Music, and then they had like an obscure Bandcamp page that had the rest of their discography on it. And I would have never known about that unless I saw them on YouTube Music.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, I think, at least for me, they have quite a lot of similarities. And
Yeah.
I'm totally here for it because I like a lot of Demon Dice stuff. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
What would you say, just side note, if you can think of them off the top of your head, what some of your favorite Demon Dice songs are?
oh man, without a list in front of me.
Okay. I'll tell you.
I could pull up a list, but I don't think I'm gonna do it right this moment.
Uh-huh.
I remember the songs, but like names of songs, that is hard.
Well, I got a couple here. I am also Googling some of the lyrics just to make sure I get the name right. Um, first one is Apaseo, from Strange Fiction. And then what was it called? Um, what was it called? Let me look at.
I unfortunately do not know a lot of Demon Dice song, which I really should check out.
Yeah, no, I'll say this as someone, because she has a very intense view on things like
Mm.
politics, society, mental health, those kinds of things. She has a very tough exterior,
Mm.
and she makes no bones about it in the music. It is very intense in
That's
that
good
regard.
though.
Yeah, well, here's the
Yeah,
thing is,
that's really good.
even if well, and that's one of the things that's gotten her in trouble, because she's been so forward with like, this is what I feel about things.
Yeah.
But it's always fascinating whenever she drops a new song, because I'm just sitting there like, what else am I going to see in your brain? You know?
Mm.
Having looked up a
Soundless.
list, I think one of my favorite songs that Demon Dice does is Alcatraz. So, which is also very much that swingy style.
Yeah. Soundless, Apaseo, and probably Hellbento are my favorites from her.
Mm.
But I mean, really, like if you listen to her catalog, there's so much there. Like she's put out a lot of music.
Yeah, I mean, if Demon Dice ever wanted to go the VTuber route, I would totally include her in this list.
You know, I think she would probably do really well for herself. That's just my assumption anyway. I don't know. You know, I don't know if that's something that matters to her, but you know, I think she could do really well.
I mean, she's already touring in, fleshy form, so I don't think it's going to be too big a issue for her.
Yeah. You think? You think though? Huh. Interesting thought.
Yeah.
So let's jump to the next one here.
I think the next one is also nano, but yeah, more like metal vibe.
Ooh.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, you guys might like.
Of course, for some reason, YouTube decided it didn't want to pause, but
Always.
it is the
Always
same
great at
artist
that.
as the last one, so
Yep.
let's
cool.
let's fire this up.
Can you hear the voices from the past, the things that gave you shame? They wonder, I wonder, is this pain part of our fate? Don't look back, they stay under pressure, but never giving up is everyone's measure to live. But what if a silent moment captures you? It's opening your eyes. Now listen to what used to be the strings that got untied. We're chasing down the way that we came from, looking for what keeps on holding us back. We run to find that spark in the dark that we lost when we tried too hard. Never gone for good, keep on screaming out. There's no end, but there's another way. We'll be okay. us back. I know that you are gonna go far if you don't forget who you are. Never gonna forget, keep on screaming out. There's no end, but there's another way. We'll be okay. Tell me now what you need, what you're looking for in the day. I cried, spreading my wings, I fly. Limitless but the sky. We all just want to feel alive. We're chasing down the way that we came from, looking for what keeps on holding us back. We run to find that spark in the dark that we lost when we tried too hard. Never gonna forget, keep on screaming out. There's no end, but there's another way. We'll be okay.
Very nice.
Yeah. It's something like different. I think Nano does, I guess, like experiment with like different genre for their own music. Because like
That's
you
good.
you can see like the
Always like a
different,
good experiment.
yeah.
That kind of
Um,
that makes me think of like Mana, uh, or Zephyrina. I want to say
oh
her
my
name
god,
is.
Zephy, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But they both have very like, they'll go for the kind of more experimental like rock slash metal stuff, which is pretty
Mm.
cool.
My only complaint here was more with the mixing than anything else.
Oh,
Fair.
really?
Yeah. Like at times her voice was too like enmeshed with the instruments, and they should have boosted her voice a little bit to sit atop the instruments rather than being down with them so much.
Oh, I
It
see.
made her a lot less clear.
Hmm.
So that was literally my only complaint.
Gotcha. See, and that's the funny thing. Like, I have no idea how. Like, I know how stuff sounds for my music, and I know what I care about. Like, I care about my voice cutting through, but I mean, everything here sounded good to me, quote unquote. So it's just funny to me how, when you're just not aware of how some of that mixing stuff works, it's, if you just don't know, you just don't know, like me.
Mhm.
I
There's
mean,
one thing that I would say, like also same in the same vein. Like I don't have enough like knowledge about it, but I had a song, an original where the mixing was really really good when you listen through headphones, but when it
Mm.
is out on speaker, it's completely different. Like the vocal
Oh,
was like drowned out, and I got that,
oh,
I guess, feedback from a lot of people where it's like this song is really good, but when we put on speaker, we can't really hear what you're singing.
interesting.
Mm,
Okay. I,
yeah,
I
there are
wonder why
some
that would be, like what that comes from.
there's some
yeah.
definite subtleties in there. I'm not sure how you make that happen, like
Yeah.
on purpose, but
Well, I kind of did so the music that I'm working on now, it's basically me like rapping and singing over slam metal, which historically is is pretty underpolished, and it's just meant to be kind of sludgy and stuff. Um and the guy who has mixed my stuff, he basically just he lets the voice cut through as much as possible, but then he doubles my voice and gives it really grady bass, so it cuts through on the bottom half, which is pretty cool. And I feel like it cuts through pretty well, and it also, it has some of that grittiness that that it's supposed to. So I think it's fine for that genre. But whenever I've mixed anything myself, like like any sort of enunciation I put into the song itself when I'm trying to sing it. None of that comes through. And whenever I listen to my own stuff, or when I mix something, it just sounds like, and then I'm. It's like, man, where was the oomph? Like, do I just sound weak when but it's that mixing stuff. I
I
would think
mean,
anyway.
I have a very limited experience with mixing, which is mostly
Uh,
from editing videos. So,
mm-hmm.
uh,
Gotcha.
and unfortunately for videos, most of the audio is a single track, which is horrible.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
once in a while, I'll have to mix like multiple tracks.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and especially when I did like intro and outros for both my stream and for my Celestia series.
Uh-huh.
And for those, I had to, uh, well, like, since Celestia is like well, it's a TTRPG, so, uh,
Oh, gotcha.
tabletop role playing. So I like introduced the characters, and I actually got what used to be a VTuber. Sadly, they are not a VTuber anymore. But
Oh no.
they did the rap track that is the theme song for it.
Oh, gotcha.
But I added in like special effects to go with the uh, like character intros,
Hmm.
and I also had to choose how and when to cut the song, and I had to balance the audio levels for all that. So I
Oh
know
boy.
something about doing all that.
Yeah.
Uh, in fact, I should have done some new Celestia like openings, but I haven't gotten around to it just because how much effort that all takes.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it. I mean, I at least think the result was good, but
Well, I'm sure it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's
now
cool though.
the opening basically for every Celestia episode. So if you ever want to see
Oh,
it, just pull up a Celestia episode.
okay.
Seeing as
Nice.
how we are on the third series of Celestia, and even the third series is now above 70 episodes.
Oh wow.
You have a lot of choices. A lot of choices.
Boy, oh boy.
But let's keep going because we're running shorter on time. So
So I know this is not specifically VTuber, but Enva is a VTuber, but she just does also, in real life covers and stuff. So she has a lot of, I guess, choir cover and also piano streams. So yeah, she is really great. So check her out.
all right, let's fire this up.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably you have seen. I really love kind of like layers and harmonies and
Yeah.
that. So in any artists or like singers that does that, I would absolutely support.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I mean, the only reason it's slightly less impressive to me than the Iron Mouse choir is only because it's intentional.
Oh, because it is a choir already.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, you went in, planning to do this, and you can sing like different parts intentionally, which, and this is not to knock on her at all. I mean, that's a great thing to do, but Mousy not intending at all to like sing close enough together to do that same sort of harmony. It is just like next level.
Mhm.
Ah. But that is literally my only complaint.
Sure.
In fact, I think YouTube realizes that too, since they want to give me the Iron Mouse choir.
I think you've been like listening to so many choir, it's just like recommending more.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they're all either The Warning, because I've played so much of that lately, and like various orchestras and choirs. At least on this video. The results
Mhm.
are a little bit different each time. But let's hop to the next one, because I can see this one's going to be unique as well.
Oh yeah. I think. Oh yeah, Pam. I think you know Pam. You probably know Pam.
I think I do. Sort of.
Yeah. So she plays the flute. She sings as well. She has really really pretty voice. But I think like uniquely she does like flute performance.
Yeah. So let's take a listen.
something a bit different.
No, that's very pretty though. I like that a lot.
Yeah, she does a lot of you know, like she hosts a lot of like concerts for like other singers and performers. I think the most recent one she did was for Final Fantasy a convention, EtherCon, and
Oh,
she
fun.
just like she does a lot of like big kind of VTuber concerts to like, you know, showcase others, and then she would, you know, sing live in those kind of performance and perform like flute and things like that. So
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Mm.
There's another VTuber that plays the flute, right? Or am I thinking
I think there's a
like the
couple.
bass? Because I know there's a
I
guy
know
from
there are.
Holo Stars that he plays the
Mhm.
upright bass. And violin, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe
Mhm.
I'm just thinking Cece, because I know Cece plays the violin. But I thought there was a flautist in there somewhere.
I don't know about Hololive. I'm not
Gotcha.
thinking of
Okay.
any off the top of my
Yeah.
head. But
I mean, I guess like just in terms of like VTubers like playing other instruments, that would segment quite well into like my, I think that would be my last video. The next one is the VTuber Symphony Orchestra, where there is a group of VTubers who like play different instrument. They do a whole arrangement. So this is like 20, I don't know, 20, 30 VTubers come together in a group. And yeah.
That's really cool.
that sounds intimidating.
It's so cool.
Let's listen.
I fell into a crack, a bird, an egg, a fresh, Leo, a brain, hop, a cell, hop, a knot, hop, a face returned to ashes, hop, a wound, hop, an art, hop, a section, and verse. Breaking, I'm breaking out, show me how, listen up, my broken child, let's love, let's love, let's love, let's love, the never-ending curse, because control, release, control, betray, control, let go, conceal, reveal, unwrap, surround, evoke, take over, remote, let's love, let's love, let's love, let's love, let's not only love to live in love, you call me holy love.
Oh man. Wow.
It's crazy, right?
That took me right back to choir. I I mean the slower part, like the beginning where there was, the instrumentation had picked up yet. Um I was a bass and baritone, and it was
Mm.
always fun to, you get the back and forth of the tenors and the altos and sopranos doing their thing, and then the bass comes in to, carry it, from the bottom, and I loved doing that because you hear everything come together and it just sounds so good. The rest of that, man, that would have taken a bit of study. Holy moly. Especially near the end. Like, whoa.
I mean,
Incredible job.
also, you're not doing this in the same room, most likely.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
all
Oh,
recording their
yeah,
own
yeah.
part, and they
Mhm,
right.
gotta
mhm.
splice it together. So,
Well, I mean, shoot, like look at Myth, how Holomyth did Country Roads, and they did the best they could, and it was absolute garbage. Because not because of their singing, but because they just didn't mix it well, and there was so, like, there's just a few things. I don't exactly know what I wouldn't be able to point my finger at anything because it's neither here nor there, but yeah, it didn't turn out very good in the end. Um,
though there's
but
some
yeah.
irony there because Pre-Gura was known for that song. So,
Oh, really?
yes.
That's funny. You
Yeah,
know,
she has an
I
almost infamous cover. So,
oh. Well, and the fact that she is such a good singer, that's kind of interesting because she was kind of more known for like goofy renditions of things. Yes.
she's definitely a meme type. So,
Gotcha. 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 Gotcha.
and it is definitely considered a meme cover, but it wasn't a bad cover in any way. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, and also it made me laugh when I checked it out a while ago because the Ame ground pound was such a thing. Uh, when they were saying Mountain Mama, I just kept imagining small Ame just ground pounding the mountainside. It just that's just where my ADHD brain took it.
yeah, I can imagine that.
Mhm.
But yeah, like any attempts to connect a bunch of people's individual performances together and get them to sound good, this was
Right.
very impressive.
Well, and
I
even
mean,
when I was in choir, like it was a bunch of us guys all practicing together. We would go into our sectionals, but um you had to follow the lead. You had to, follow your dude, and then in your own way know your voice and know exactly how to sing stuff. And then plenty of times we'd be singing something, and then our director Tom would go, someone's hitting, like, while we're doing the song, he would go, someone's too low. And of course everyone's like, who was that? So it's a lot of work to get a group together, even when you perform together. So
yeah,
I can
I
only
never
imagine.
did choir, but I can
Mm.
imagine.
It's a lot of work. It's really something. You gotta have people who know what they're doing. And even then, I'll tell you, uh, we recorded an album of all our music that we were performed that year, and it was all of us. There was about 80 of us in the studio, and there was only enough microphones, or not microphones, headphones for 4 people. So the section leaders had the headphones, and then we just had to follow them. It literally took all day to record all of those songs, and there were so many retakes we had to do. There was so much stuff that went down, and we got so frustrated with each other because it's just hard. It's hard to do all that, even if you're trying to be at the top of your game, you know? So they stopped doing that after that year, and they just did it like with the section leaders and a few people in each voice camp, made it a lot easier.
I can imagine. I
Yeah.
mean, I was in band,
Hmm.
in like orchestral band. Uh, we would usually break it down into like sections. So,
Hmm.
especially at times, we would like spread out and, trumpets went over here,
Hmm.
saxophones went over there, flutes went over there, uh, and we'd all like individually practice.
Mm.
And then you'd come back together and, well, usually the band director would insist that we show some progress.
Oh, sure.
I don't know how much we actually had progress, but
Of
we
course.
certainly played it more times.
The repetition was had.
Yes. I
That's
mean,
funny.
we were in middle and high school, so
Right, right.
I wouldn't say any of us were serious musicians.
Hmm.
Not that some of us didn't end up going to school for that, but
Sure.
I think maybe two from the whole group did that.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back. So, I am reminded we should probably stop with this song because it is getting late.
Okay. Of course.
We might have to continue this some other day since
Of
we never
course.
got around to your stuff. Definitely, I think that was the last one that Sagi gave me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, we might. I mean, if you're all up for it, we can always come back sometime and do another episode, a part 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
no worries. However you want to do it. Yeah, I'll have to, you know, we can look at schedules and all that other stuff. Yeah, not a problem at all.
I mean, we did get through quite a lot. Not as
Oh yeah.
many as I was hoping, but then
Yeah.
again, we had like that 20-minute side tangent. So,
Yes.
I mean, I totally expect those things to happen, but
Yeah. Yeah. It's
uh,
just it's totally fine. No problem.
hmm
yeah, I don't want us to get too late, and I know I should probably go make something to eat for lunch since it's like almost 2 o'clock, and
Ah,
it's probably after dinner time for Sagi. So
not even noon for me.
yeah, you're the
Keep
lucky
going.
one, 3 hours ahead of me.
Yeah. No, that's okay. No problem. Actually, I think also that's good too because I think I just kind of, well, Soggy, I don't know if you know, but I wasn't feeling too good yesterday
Oh.
and the day before that.
Uh-huh.
So I'm on the mend. I feel a lot better even now. But I kind of like fumbled the ball on giving my list of songs and just kind of threw stuff in like, oh wait, I have a few more. And then even as we were doing our
Mhm.
uh stream, I found a few more and I was like, oh wait, these two. So I'm gonna take time to kind of curate it a little bit for next time. So
Okay.
it
Fair.
works out
Well,
great.
looking forward to it and hope you feel fully better soon.
Of course, I should be fine. It's just kind of that, post, like, your body just feels tired. You don't have a sore throat or anything, but your body is just like, you need to sleep,
Mhm.
which is
I
what I'm
mean,
gonna do.
I've been sick too. I've had a bit
Mm.
of a sinus infection, so my
Oh
second
no.
actually in like a month. So
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
I get over them in like 5 days, but I'm
But
on
those
like
are
day
excruciating
5.
5 days,
So
right? Yeah. Well, hey, it was very nice talking to you guys.
Yeah, it's
definitely.
really, really nice. Thank you for having me, and nice to meet you as well, Blight.
Of course. Nice to meet you.
So for my chat, uh, tomorrow is supposed to be Celestia for me. I think we're gonna have enough cast members together, probably. Uh, if not, I have some ideas for what we can do. In fact, I found another The Warning concert. They did a concert while COVID was going on and they couldn't tour. So they did it in their basement.
Oh.
Nice.
And I'm thinking of covering that since it's almost 2 hours long.
Wow.
So that should be a
Nice.
fun time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're seeing this later on YouTube, please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed.
Yeah,
That always
support
helps.
Kami.
That always
Yeah.
helps.
Do those
Also,
things.
definitely
Support Blight as well.
all of the VTubers, both Soggy with me here, and Blake, honorary VTuber, and all the ones that we have shown today. So, have fun, take care, and see you later. Bye.
See ya.